Welcome to Patriots Stadium on the campus of Wayne Hills High School in Wayne, New Jersey. It's opening night as our Patriots are set to do battle with the Northern Highlands Highlanders. It's another enthusiastic crowd on hand as quarterback Kevin Olson looks to kick off his senior season in grand fashion. Hello, I'm Eric Newman, alongside Andrew Francis here. And, you know, there's a lot of pressure on Kevin Olson, two-time state champion, but there's other players on this offense.
Well, you know, the triple-headed monster, Christian Rodriguez, Robbie Schiller, and Craig Kuhnlein, all the running backs, they're going to have a great season.
You know, we saw last season Robbie Schiller really doing some magic in the open field. If he gets some daylight today, don't be surprised if he takes it to the house once or twice easily.
And then you see Christian Rodriguez, he powers through the defense, runs right through him, touchdown all the time.
And the third running back, Kuhnlein, he really gets overlooked from time to time, but he's the jack of all trades. He can give you with the power, he gets you with the speed. Northern Highlands should really be looking out for him tonight.
He's going to be tough to cover.
And Matt Shunke coming back from injury, playing a lot of defensive end and linebacker today. What can we look to see from him tonight?
He's going to have a great game. He has a lot to prove. He missed all of last season, but also Ryan Carduck's back at inside linebacker. He's going to be good this season.
Yeah, last season had a great season for Ryan Carduck. He really was rushing on the inside, rushing from the outside. He was doing everything fantastically. Also, he's going to be in there at tight end making some great catches.
He'll be excited to watch on offense. Kevin Olson throwing him the ball. It'll be exciting this year.
And when we come back, we'll be looking for a great game from Northern Highlands and Wayne Hills from the booth, live from Patriots Stadium. And we're back. Mr. Mezzi's going to be doing the public announcing now.
Wayne Hills and the visiting Highlanders of Northern Highlands High School. The officials assigned to this game are members of the New Jersey Football Officials Association. The rules governing this game are the National Federation Football Rules as adopted by the New Jersey Interscholastic Athletic Association. These rules differ from those used in collegiate and professional football. The officials in tonight's game, the referee is Mr. Ira Yorn, the umpire, Bob Dalia, the linesman, Jim D'Arcy, the back judge, Keith Fletcher, and the clock operator, Rocco Cabone. And now to introduce the starting lineups for the Wayne Hills Patriots. Here is their starting offensive team. At wide receiver, number 22, Eric Motzko, number 22. At tight end, number 37, Ryan Carduck, number 37. At tackle, number 77, Rob Levine, number 77. At guard, number 55, Nick Galizia, number 55. At center, number 54, Doug Wardle, number 54. At guard, number 74, Dan Wilcox, number 74. At tackle, number 61, Mike Rochino, number 61. At wide receiver, number 12, Preston Quinn, number 12. At fullback, number 5, Matt Shunke, number 5. At tailback, number 6, Christian Rodriguez, number 6. At tailback, number 9, Robbie Schiller, number 9. And at quarterback, He is the last Patriot from the Olsen family. Number 19, Kevin Olsen, number 19. And let's welcome the rest of the Patriots squad. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise. Tuesday, September the 11th, 2012, marks 11 years since that infamous day of 2001, when our nation came under terrorist attack. Wayne Hills High School continues its tradition of memorializing that date and remembering the thousands who perished at the World Trade Center, Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon. We remember Wayne residents Barry Glick and Leo Roberts, Wayne Valley graduates Paul Aquaviva and Greg Froner, as well as Wayne Hills alumni Danny Afflito and Robert Duraney. Let us now observe 11 seconds of reflection and remembrance. Silence, please. Thank you. And now the playing of our national anthem by the Wayne Hills Patriot Marching Band under the direction of Chris DeWild.
Opening night, senior year. Somebody should, a lot of you guys are starting for the first time. All right, this is your year. It starts tonight. I think you got your responsibilities down. You know, there's not a lot of hooping and hollering tonight. We just gotta go out and play. All right, no need to try to fire you guys up for the opening night. All right, we've been thinking about this since January, getting back on the field and playing again. Get out there and enjoy playing. Play fast, play hard. It's game one, there's probably gonna be some mistakes. Make them fast. Make them fast. If you make a mistake, don't make two. Don't pout. Make a mistake, you miss a block, you miss a tackle, you drop a pass, you throw an interception, whatever. Hope we don't have too many. But make a mistake, let it go. Let's go. Put the ball down. Let's play again. Put the ball down. Let's take another snap and play. That's the way we got to treat it. You're in better condition. It's a great night for us to open. We're going to play hard. We're going to play fast. I want the plays. I want in and out of the huddle fast. All right. I want in and out of the huddle fast. Special teams. We got to dominate. I'm going to tell you this. I'll tell you the fullback in Mike Dougie is 47. He wore 3 in practice. So when we're identifying the Mike, he's going to be 47 for the most part. You understand me, Doug? Yep. All right? We don't stop the fullback. And then the quarterback. It's going to be a long night for us. Let him pitch it. And we'll run him down. Secondary, Eric, Christian, outside backers can't fall asleep. All of a sudden here, he looks like the option, they pull up and they throw. Right? When we are in ground, we understand, and nobody gets behind you. Right? Other than that, guys, we just got to play. Right? You're anxious. Right? When we go down there, when we get down there, we will introduce the offense, so listen for your name. Okay? We'll run out. If we win the toss, we will defer. If we win the toss, we are going to kick off. And we need to kick it down there, Eric, and we need to get our defense out there, set the tempo for the night, and go 3 plays and out. We need to either return the punt or get great field position, and our first possession, we need to score. Our first possession, we need to take it down the field. We need to run the stuff we've been practicing, take it down the field and score.
Moments away from kickoff, we're here, and that was a really riveting speech by Coach Olson.
Yeah, he talked about opening night for the seniors. It's the only opening night senior high school game you're ever going to play. You got to make the best of it.
Yeah, and really, they got to set the tone for the rest of the season. It's a very hot day out here. They got to come out on fire, show out everything that they came here to do.
Coach Olson also talked, it's the first game. You make a mistake, move on. Don't, put your head down. Don't make it again. Just move on.
Yeah, really, if you're a wide receiver, you drop a ball, or if you're a cornerback, drop an interception, you can't dwell on that for the rest of the game. You got to move on, make the next play, and do everything you can to make sure this team wins this game.
Eric, we were watching the Northern Highlands warm up, and a lot of the wide receivers were dropping passes. Do you think, they're anxious and nervous about this game? You think they're a little rusty from last season? What do you think could happen?
In your first game, there's always a lot of jitters. You come out, big crowd here tonight, and you always feel a little nervous when you come out in varsity games. Some kids never even played on the stage before, and a little rust can always show off from the season. But I think they're going to dust that off real quick, unless they're looking for a long night ahead of them.
Yeah, it would be a long night if they can't catch the ball.
We got and also, Wayne Hill's really featuring a plethora of running backs in this game.
Christian Rodriguez, he played a lot last season. This is his second year playing varsity. Should score a lot of touchdowns this season.
Yeah, you really got to also look out for Robbie Schiller. He's going to make some big plays in the open field. He really jukes and gets spin moves and gets past really everyone. And he's almost a tornado, and you can't really stop him as a linebacker, cornerback, or safety. It's really hard to do.
Yeah, if he gets to the outside, it's gone. Also, the Northern Highlands Highlanders, they really rely on the option play. So the defensive line for Wayne Hills, they're going to have to stop the QB, not go for fakes, stay contained.
Yeah, you really got to get into the ground set. You really got to look the quarterback in the eyes, figure out where he's going with the ball, and watch the ball and make a smart play. And here we are, kickoff's about to happen. A couple seconds away now. First kickoff of the season.
Eric Martinez had a great season last season. He's coming back for a second year in varsity. He's a junior. He still's got one more year. Should be exciting.
Yeah, all county, all league kicker. 98% of his kicks went in between the posts. So look for some big things from him this season.
You can't ask for much more than that.
And here we go. Martinez getting ready to kick the ball off. And it's a booming kick. All the way back into the end zone. Touchback. Northern Highlands will take it up to 20. And that's really the way it started off as Eric Martinez with that great kick.
Eric Martinez, he set his goal. He wants to get a lot of touchbacks, make every extra point, a lot of field goals. It's a good start for the season.
I mean, I think most kickers have the goal of making every field goal extra point and getting as many touchbacks as possible.
Yeah, it's true.
And Northern Highlands really taking a good amount of time here with their play. And they're about to start it off. First play of the season for the defense for Wayne Hills. You think the jitters really come in here on this first play, or do you think there's really no feelings or just come out and play? A big run by the outside, number 2, Bobby Brown. First down, Northern Highlands, to it seems like the 37-yard line.
You know, and that's the option. They just have to stop that. That's their main game plan, and if they can stop that, it's going to be an easy night for Wayne Hills.
Bobby Brown, junior quarterback, though, for Northern Highlands. Look for some big things from him tonight. He's really, on that first run, didn't seem like Wayne Hills really knew what to do there.
You know, it's also the first play of the season. I think they'll be able to stop that more often.
And Bobby Brown gets down under center. Looks like he's making some shifts at the line. And the pitch number 21, Jack Ewell. And he is stopped in the backfield by Christian Rodriguez on the tackle. And it's second down here for Northern Highlands. And that's really Wayne Hills football. You really got to be cutting through the line, real physical play there.
You can't ask for much more than that. That was a great play by the outside linebacker, Christian Rodriguez.
And if Wayne Hills can really drive him back 6 yards like they did there on every single play, this is going to be a great season.
There's no doubt about that.
Wayne Hills, a lot of shifting going on here. Number 3 in motion for Northern Highlands. A little trickery. It seems like a 4-yard run there by Northern Highlands. Wayne Hills, though, really doing a good job of containing, not making sure not big plays are coming out of Northern Highlands here. You got to make sure that you really, I mean, this is the way to do it for Wayne Hills. It seems like it's about to be a third and 11, third and 12, and that's what you got to do. You got to force them to stay back, and as long as Northern Highlands can't get many third and 1 and third and 2 opportunities, I think Wayne Hills is going to be off to a great start.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach Olson wants. He wants them to stop the run. The option looks good so far.
Bobby Brown scrambles outside and, throws it right into the dirt. You think he's even looking for a receiver there?
I think he had his eyes on a receiver.
I mean, everyone in the stadium knew that there was going to be a pass on that play, third and 11, and that's always a tough situation to be in for an offense. And it looks like number 22, Eric Moskal, is going to be back for his first punt return of the season. Look for some big things out of him.
But you saw in that play, Derek Basnick, a sophomore, got through the line. He's young. He's got a lot of potential for this season. Let's look for big things from him.
And a good snap there. Clean punt up in the air. Moskal takes it back to the 27. Tries to do some shake and bake, but 3 guys, Northern Highlands, not letting him get through. They did their homework. They know, don't let him get a big play there.
Now this is big. Let's see how Wayne Hills can start their first drive of the season.
Yeah, Wayne Hills on their first drive of the season really got to look to set the tone for the rest of this game, rest of the season, really make things happen here.
Like Coach said in his pregame speech, you only have one opening night as a senior, and they got to make the best of it. Big plays, run up the score. That's what they want to do.
If Wayne Hills is able to score a touchdown here, it really deflates the confidence in Northern Highlands. You know, you come into this game and you hope to win every game, but you can't always do it, especially if Wayne Hills comes out and sets the tone early. Kevin Olson drops back, pass number 22, Eric Moskal. Gets about a good 9-10-yard game.
That's a solid way to start the season.
And there's a flag on the field. What do you think happened there? I didn't see any reason for a flag.
Well, it was on the defense, so that's fine for Wayne Hills.
Yeah. Looks like, is that going to be a first down? Yep, they're moving the chains. First down for Wayne Hills.
If they can do that every play, it'll be a good season.
Yep. And Wayne Hills getting ready to run their second play of the season on offense. Kevin Olson in the shotgun formation. 5 wide receiver set. Hand off to Schiller. Really making some good moves there in the open field. Get a good 5 yards there.
You know, you saw Robbie Schiller's speed going close to the outside, then he cut it back in. It was a great play.
And it's really important this season for Robbie to not go so much east and west, but to go north and really move forward, run downhill, follow his blocks, and make things happen.
Yeah.
And he really did a great job of that last year. Saw some great runs from him in the playoffs. Look for a lot of that this season. And again in the shotgun formation. And there's a flag. Looks like a false start. Let's see what the refs call here. That's really a play you can't make. I mean, they've been practicing since the beginning of the summer. They got to know their cadences, and they got to understand when the ball's going to be snapped. Got to understand the snap count. Really, not the way you want to go after a great game like that.
You know, that's definitely not a mistake you want to make, but like Coach said, just move on. Think of the next play and make the next play happen.
Yeah, let's see if they can do that here. Not dwell on the mistakes. You don't want to allow a big sack or something like that. And Wayne Hills with the play action. Kevin Olson, big run. First down, Kevin Olson. And really, Kevin Olson, his athleticism is often underrated. People don't know that he can really hit the ground and get some yards with his feet, not only with his arm.
You know, you saw on ESPN this summer, they had the Elite 11 QB Challenge. Kevin made the 11. It doesn't, you know, that play just showed he doesn't just have an arm, he can run also.
And really, I mean, that was a great run. He looked almost like a running back. He closed your eyes for a second. You could have sworn he saw Robbie Schiller in the... And Wayne Hill's really doing a lot of shotgun. You didn't see as much of that last season as you're seeing here. 2 or 3 straight plays in the shotgun. And now Kevin Olson under center. The handoff to Christian Rodriguez for a good 3 or 4 yard gain. And really, you see Wayne Hills here every single play getting 3, 4, 5 yards, wearing down this Northern Highland defense with this fantastic run game that Wayne Hills seems to muster up every single year.
They're all consistent plays. That's what you want as a coach, as a team. That's what you want to see.
And over the years at Wayne Hills, you've really seen just a great core of running backs walk through these doors. I mean, every single year it seems we have 2, 3, 4 fantastic running backs. The otherwhere in the state, they'd be starting and maybe be all county, all state players.
You know, and you wonder, is that just Coach Olson? Do we have just natural-born athletes in Wayne?
Schiller really busting out to the outside, making a great move in the backfield. Could have been a good a 2 or 3 yard loss, but it looks like he got the first down there, or 1 yard short.
There you saw again, Robbie Schiller cut it to the outside. It was another great gain.
And those are the type of runs that really make a difference. When you can almost be down in the backfield, 2 or 3 yard loss, that could be demoralizing. But when you escape the pressure, get to the outside, and really make something happen out of nothing, that's how you win football games.
Well, it's always great when you take a negative and make it a positive.
100%. Let's see if they can do it again here. Northern Highlands, this defense really seems out of sorts. They don't know how to stop this run or the pass or anything that Wayne Hills can throw at them. There's going to be a measurement here. I think that looks like a first down to me. What do you think, Drew?
You know, as Wayne Hills students, you always want it to be a first down, but we'll see what they show right now.
And here comes the measurement. Seems like they pull that chain back farther and farther every time. But it's first down, Wayne Hills, on the 29-yard line. And they can really make a big difference here if they can put in the end zone this play or one of these upcoming plays. Now, if you're on the 29-yard line here, do you go for the end zone on your first down, second down? When do you really make it to the shot for the end zone? Or do you try and get the runs and slowly move it up?
You just want to keep moving the chains. You don't worry about from this far getting a touchdown. You want to move the chains, get close, make smart plays. You don't have to throw a bomb, you know. You want to make smart plays.
Christian Rodriguez up the middle. That was a great run by Rodriguez.
You just see him power through the defense. It's sort of like a Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, really. Every time he gets touched by a defender, he's powering through 2 or 3 more yards, and that can really make a big difference in this game.
Yards after contact, that's huge.
Big words out of you there. Big football terminology, Drew. See, you've been studying over the summer.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've been studying a little bit.
Been waiting for this day, really, since the season ended last year with that great state championship victory. And Olsen in the shotgun, ready to make a big play. Play action. Ball out to Schiller. He gets to the outside. First down, Schiller. Can he get to the end zone? No, knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And that's a great play there by Kevin Olsen to get the ball to Schiller, and Schiller to get to the outside and really pick up that first down, move those chains.
You know, it's one thing to be a fast runner. It's not a whole nother thing to be able to run in pads, juke, and get around people. And Robbie Schiller does that so well.
Everyone here knows Robbie Schiller has fantastic speed. What they don't always understand is his great agility to make defenders miss, make them fall down, make them almost look stupid, and clown the defense of Northern Highlands. 7 minutes, 4 seconds left here, first quarter. Kevin Olson drops back. Here's the throw. Oh, a little high, almost intercepted. And tip pass by number 24, Billy Bork of Northern Highlands. Really, if you make that pick there, it looked like there was no one in front of him. He could have got all the way to the end zone. If you're Northern Highlands, you really got to take care of those opportunities like that. Make sure you make all the easy plays like that one and take it to the house.
Like Coach Olson said, you don't make the greatest play in the world. You just move on. You know, he tipped the ball. He did the best he could. You just got to move on. Make another play like that if you're Northern Highlands.
Yeah, and if you're Kevin Olson, you really got to forget about that throw there and really move on to the next one. Try and get into the end zone here on this drive. Olson under center. Drops back again. Here's the throw. That was a beautiful throw, but it looked like he tried to jam it in there in between two defensive backs in Northern Highlands. And it's always a tough situation when you have a great arm like Olson does, where you always want to make the play, make the big play, be the hero, sometimes throw it into double coverage, and that can get you into trouble. Well, let's see if Olson, after 2 straight incompletions, let's see if he can turn it around here. 3rd down. I think everyone here is looking for a pass, unless Wayne Hills comes out with some trickery and makes a big run play. You never know with Wayne Hills. You
see Robbie Schiller in the backfield. You never know with his speed what they're going to do.
And Kevin Olson's running back. Oh, and here's the snap to Robbie Schiller. Spins through defenders left and right, powering the ball through. But it does not look like he got enough yards to get the first down. That was a very interesting play call there. I thought Olson maybe had some miscommunication, didn't understand the play call, tried to run to the sideline to get the play, and they just hiked the ball Schiller real quick, got a good 7-8 yard gain, but it looks like they're about to have. Are they going for the field goal here, or you think they're going to go for the first down?
No, they're going for it.
Now, what is your theory on what to do here in this situation? You know, you got 4th and short near the goal line, but you always want to stack up the points. Do you think it's more important to go for the touchdown here, try and get the first down, or do you think the field goal would have been the better option?
I think at this point in the season, it's early. You go for the touchdown.
And that's exactly what Coach Olson decided. Olson under center, play action, rolls out. He looks, touchdown. That is number Ryan Carducks, the tight end. Fantastic catch. Great play by Wayne Hills. And that's exactly what Wayne Hills needs to do if they want to win this game and do great this season. That was a fantastic play. That's really the great job of Wayne Hills to establish the run early in this game. Northern Highlands, every single time it looks like we're about to run the ball, they're scared of Schiller or Rodriguez coming out of the backfield making a big play, and Olson can always just roll out and find the wide open receiver, tight end.
Now let's see this all-county, all-league kicker, Eric Martinez.
And there it is, first one of the season. Extra point is good. 7-0 Wayne Hills, 6 minutes even left in the game. And that's a great drive for Wayne Hills. If you're Wayne Hills, every single time you pick up the ball, you want to get into the end zone. I don't think anyone on this team has any other goal besides scoring the ball.
I'm pretty sure every team has the goal of getting in the end zone every drive.
Yeah, but not every team can really make amends on that promise to put the ball in the end zone like Wayne Hills can. As an announcer, I see Wayne Hills pick up the ball, and my first thought is, oh, they're going all the way here, scoring a touchdown. Got a great quarterback, Kevin Olson, great running backs, great wide receivers, great line. What's wrong with this team? Is there any flaws with this offense?
We haven't seen any so far. Right now, we'll see if Northern Highlands can get their offense together.
Yeah, really, and that drive as a team really gives Northern Highlands headaches. That defense must feel demoralized. They couldn't stop them at all. They had the two incompletions by Olson, great tip pass in the end zone, could have been intercepted, and what are you going to do there if you're Northern Highlands? You got to stop the ball.
The defense just had no answer for Wayne Hill's offensive attack.
And the one time Northern Highlands looked like they got a break, looked like they could have got the interception. They just plain dropped the ball. You got to make the best of your opportunities there if you're Northern Highlands. You want to win this game. And Martinez getting ready to kick the ball off deep. See if he can get another touchback, second one of the season. Here we go. Eric Martinez. It looks like it's going to be less than touchback here. Here comes the return by Northern Highlands. And Wayne Hill is not letting them get anything, stuffing them at the 19-yard line. That's great special teams work by Wayne Hills, not allow a big play off after a touchdown.
You know, I always think if you let them get less than 20, it's always great for the special teams.
Yeah, definitely. And really, you often see a team after they score a touchdown, they give up, they think, oh, we're great, we're fantastic. there's an injured player on the field here. Can't really see who it is. And you never like to see that, first game of the season, and player gets down. Hopefully, can really make a speedy recovery. It looks like a calf or a knee injury, or maybe an ankle. It looks like lower body injury there.
Those are always the worst, besides concussions.
And really with special teams, you often see something like that. Guys, their first instinct is to go after the ball, full speed, full throttle, and when you got two players colliding like that, it can often end in an injury like this. Something you never like to see. It's looking like an ankle injury from what I'm hearing. Many trainers out there down for a really long time here. I hope he's okay.
You always hope to see him be able to walk it off.
Yeah, definitely. When it's a leg injury, the best thing you can do is get up, walk it off, maybe hobble a little bit, get to the sideline, ice it up, don't let it swell, and really do what you can to get back in this game to help your team win the game if you can. Now, what's your theory on if a player gets injured like this in the game and they get to the sideline, halftime they're feeling 75%? Do you think you should go if you can only give it 75 of your best?
No, it's the first game of the season. You have many more games. You want to, keep your players as healthy as possible. There's no reason to risk any more injury.
Yeah, I agree with you. This Wayne Hills team is very deep, and it almost seems like every single position they got 3-4 guys that can really get the job done. And if a guy's injured, you really don't want to get him re-injured or injured even more.
This injury seems pretty serious.
Yeah, generally when you see an injury, 1, 2, oh, and it seems like he's getting up. I hear it's Shunky, Matt Shunky, the fullback defensive end, and it's really something you don't want to see after he just came back from his injury last season. There's more people coming on the field, seeing they can help him up. And Chunky's able to get up. Big round of applause coming from the crowd. It's always something you like to see. The guy gets injured, the whole crowd, this is a real tight-knit community here, and when someone gets injured, they get up, you want to give them a big round of applause, know you have their back, and know that you hope to see them back as soon as possible.
Wayne Hills football, it's not just a team, it's a family.
Yeah, I mean, you see it in the stores, you see it in the supermarket, you see it everywhere you go. We're just one big family. We all just want success for our team and everything. And when you see a guy get injured, it's never a good sight. It looks like they're going to accompany Shunky to the locker room here.
So now the players are coming back onto the field. We talked earlier about Derek Basnick, a sophomore, playing some defense. You see Justin Hogan is in the game also now. He's also a sophomore.
Yeah, really, the Wayne Hills, not only showing that they have elder talent, but in the underclassmen, they can really show that and we have a bright future ahead of us. And Northern Highlands getting ready to get their second drive of the game. We'll see if they can get their offense together. And again, the option, Wayne Hills just knows exactly what to do there. They're not scared about the option. The play action, Bobby Brown drops back, pitches it, and Wayne Hills 2, 3, 4 guys ready to make the tackle every single time.
Well, they've been practicing this all week, It's Northern Highlands' main game plan. If that's all you have to stop, that's all you have to practice, you should be pretty good at it.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, every single player on this team, they're trying to get the tackle. They see a guy with the ball, their first instinct is go after him, try and get the tackle, and if you can, make the fumble happen. And really, it seems vicious out there. Northern Highlands, they really got to figure something out what to do. And it seems like Northern Highlands running the ball on almost every single play here. They get the ball back to 10 yards away where they started out. Now it's 3rd and 10. And every single time it seems like Northern Highlands is having a deeper and deeper and deeper. And when that happens, it's very hard to convert the first down.
This is just all bad momentum for the team,
You start off slowly on offense, slowly on defense, and then you come out on offense again, and another 3 and out. It looks like, or after this might be a 3 and out unless they get the first down. But if they have to punt it here, it really brings down the momentum of Northern Highlands. And Wayne Hill is just riding the momentum train all the way, getting more and more. Bobby Brown drops back, getting ready to pass. Big pressure by Wayne Hills, and there's a fumble. Northern Highlands recovers on the 5-yard line.
And that was Justin Hogan, the sophomore, who caused the fumble.
It looked to me that Bobby Brown just dropped the ball in the backfield there. I didn't see a forced fumble at all, actually. And if you're Wayne Hills, when you see the ball on the ground, you got to go after that ball, try and get the touchdown. But I guess Northern Highlands, just wanted it more in that situation.
You know, I think the most important thing is just to recover the ball. I don't think you really want to necessarily just try to pick it up and go for the touchdown. Just ball security and get it is the most important thing.
It's a real art of being able to scoop the ball up in one motion and pick it up for a touchdown. But if you can't really do that, then you're right, you just fall on the ball. And here's a punt. Moskal gets at the 40-yard line. Let's see what he can do. Tries to shake and bake the defense, but cannot really do it. Gets to the 30-yard line. That's a solid 9-10-yard return. Something that you really look for every time. It's better than a 1 or 2 or a fumble or something like that. And really nothing too fancy there, just moving the ball up the field. Great field position for Wayne Hills here on the 30-yard line. You got to expect them to punch it in. I mean, from the 30, 10 yards away from the red zone. Once they get in there, they're almost unstoppable.
You see Coach Olson just gave Kevin the play. Let's see if they have a little more trickery like they did the last drive.
Yeah. I mean, Wayne Hills, they have such great conservative style that they can run the ball, they can pass the ball, but from time to time they like to shake it up and do some crazy stuff. But here it is, Kevin Olson, screen pass to the outside. And that looks like a first down to me.
I think it may just be short.
Eric Moskal really doing everything out here now. He's taking back the punts, he's catching balls, he's moving the chains, it seems to me. I think that might be a first down. No, it looks like they're calling it a second down. 2nd and 1 here. And Wayne Hills, if you're Wayne Hills on a 2nd and 1, do you go for the end zone here, or do you try and move the chains real quick?
Like I said before, you always just want to move the chains, get the best possible play you can.
Kevin Olson. Here's the handoff. Schiller into the open field. And there's a touchdown. Robbie Schiller. And that's really what Robbie Schiller has the ability to do. He gets the ball, he sees daylight, he knows that he can get into the end zone. That's a fantastic run by Robbie Schiller.
That was outstanding, you know. He's been great this whole first quarter. This is going to be a great season for him.
And really, when I first saw him get that handoff, I was like, oh, wow, he's about to get wrapped up. I saw 3 or 4 Northern Highlands guys around him. And then just like Houdini, he gets to the outside, escapes the pressure, right into the end zone easily. And now Martinez getting ready to put it in for second time tonight. As a kicker, do you think that's a nervous time, the extra point?
You know, you've been practicing kicking field goals and extra points for so long in your life. You know, unless it's, you know, a huge moment, a state championship or a game that's very, you know, important, I feel like it's just like every other day.
So, yeah, I'd say it seems like a pretty automatic thing for a kicker to make that extra point. And with Eric Martinez, it seems like if he gets into a big game situation, state championship, he keeps his composure and he'll be able to put it through no matter what. I mean, even though he's only a junior, he's been doing this since last year, his sophomore year. He's a very composed guy, and I think that's the most important quality in a kicker besides a iron foot.
You see Matt Shunke sitting on the bench. It looks like it's definitely an ankle injury.
Yeah, the trainer's really tending to it. Hope he can come back as soon as possible. You never like to see something like that.
You know, they already have 2 other injuries in Connor Michelle and Sean Slazik. You don't want to have 3.
Football, being such a violent sport, you often see many injuries at all levels, Pee-wee, high school, NFL, and it's never something like to say. You don't get the full performance out of your team. You got guys in school walking in the hallways. These kids are students, so they have to be walking on crutches. It's never really something anyone would like to see ever. And here we go, Eric Martinez getting to kick the ball off again. And there's a booming kick. Back into the end zone again.
And that's another touchback. That's 2 for Eric Martinez on the season already. And it's only the first quarter of the first game.
And that's what you like to see from a kicker, because oftentimes in high school football, you see the big play happen, a big run from a kick return. And when you get him in the end zone like that, bring him for a touchback, it's real security for the team. They know you have to start in the 20. It seems like there's a flag on the field. They picked it up. I guess not. Little miscommunications with the referees. I don't know what's going on here. It seems like they're moving to the 35-yard line.
I guess there must have been a flag.
Personal foul on Wayne Hills on the play there. And that's a terrible move by Wayne Hills. You got the ball in the end zone. There's no need to go after anyone. Now, Northern Highlands, really good field position here. Let's see if they can capitalize. By Brown immediately throws the ball, but really 2 or 3, 4 yards from the receiver. I'm a big fan of leading the receiver and making him go get it, but you really got to give him a head start or put it in the vicinity where he can catch the ball.
You know, in that kind of pass, it's so short. You're throwing it, pretty hard. You can't lead him too much. And this looks like the best field position for Northern Highlands all game so far.
Yeah, Northern Highlands should be thankful for that personal foul. Maybe they can do something great. But really, from Wayne Hills, what we've seen from them on offense is a lot of short passes by Kevin Olson. And maybe you think Northern Highlands is trying to imitate the Wayne Hill style with that screen pass right there. A little bubble screen to the outside, but it didn't really work at all. And let's see, Bobby Brown under center again. Play action run. Gets to the outside. Good 6-yard gain for Bobby Brown. And what are your thoughts on a running quarterback like Bobby Brown out here?
Well, you saw the past 2 years in the state championship, Devin Fuller. He was a great running quarterback, but you saw in crunch time, he didn't get it done, especially last year. So I think you want a quarterback that you can rely on to pass the deep ball or make the good completion. But if you rely on the running game, I'm not a big fan of that.
I personally think that a running quarterback can really be a great dimension to the team, add some great things. You saw Kevin Olson with a great run earlier in the game, and that can really make the big play. But Northern Highlands looks like they can get the first down there. Number 47, Rob Hinchin on the carry. It looks like it's about to be a first down for Northern Highlands. I believe is that their first or second first down of the game here?
That's their second, I believe.
And if you're Northern Highlands, that's a good sign. You really you got to focus on moving the chains. The end zone's a good 54 yards away, and you can't be thinking that right now. You got to think one play at a time, move the ball, do what you can here, and don't be intimidated by this gigantic Wayne Hills defense. And Bobby Brown gets to the outside. They tricked me. I thought the ball was in the middle of the field, and then I look, and Bobby Brown's escaping for a 9-yard run. That was fantastic.
It looked like that he tricked everyone on the field there.
And with the option, Northern Highlands really must be practicing this a lot. They have the fake handoff, the fake pitch, everything's perfectly ran by Northern Highlands. And Wayne Hill is often able to understand what's going on, but there they just seemed a little confused, and that often happens when you get the trickery like that from Northern Highlands.
Eric, I don't know how perfectly they're running the option just based off the game so far.
This drive, Northern Highlands almost looks like a new team. I closed my eyes for a second. I could almost pretend they're Wayne Hills moving the ball like this, running play after play after play, and Wayne Hills not really able to get him back in the backfield, tackle him for a loss, TFLs as I like to call them. And that's something Wayne Hills' forte, and they really got to get back to that, or if they don't want Northern Highlands to march all the way down and score a touchdown in this first quarter. You think Northern Highlands is going to continue with this fantastic run game? You think they might switch it up, try play action, go deep?
If I was the coach right now, I would call play action. You had a couple successful running plays. Now you got to trick them. You got a lot of men in the box here.
And just an immediate QB sneak for the first down. Obviously, Northern Highlands not listening to Coach Drew right here.
They didn't listen.
But I agree with you. Wayne Hill is really stacking up the box, trying to focus in on the run. If you're Northern Highlands, you can get a good play action, make the defense bite. You can find a wide open man in the back of the end zone, and that's really what you look for as an offense.
Right there, you may not even need a play action. You could have the pitch to the outside, and that may have worked for them.
Northern Highlands could always try my favorite play in the book, the running back pass. Give him the pitch, let the running back drop back, try to see if he can show off that arm that he might have shown off when he was a younger kid playing quarterback.
That's if he played quarterback.
And Northern Highlands, great run there. 8 or 9 yards. That's a fantastic run. And really, I think it all stems from, that was a very crazy formation. I've never seen that one before. 3 men in the backfield like that.
No, I haven't seen that either, but Rob Hinchin is really bulldozing through the Wayne Hills defense right now. And if you're Wayne Hills, you gotta get a stop here. You can't let them keep doing this.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, I don't know what's going on out here with this defense. They're up 14-0. They think maybe they can let Rob Hinchin run all over them, but another first down for Northern Highlands. And they are moving the ball fantastically in this drive.
You have to wonder what the coach said to them on the sidelines to make them play this well. It was missing the whole beginning of the first quarter.
And 25 seconds left in the first quarter. About to wrap up. You think that Northern Highlands wants to score before the end of the quarter, or you think that they don't mind if they take this into the second quarter?
You know, I think their main priority is putting points on the board. I don't think they care how they do it.
And there's a fumble recovered by Wayne Hills. And that's how you really put an end to this drive by Northern Highlands.
That was Derek Basnick who recovered the fumble. And there you see it, the sophomores really making an impact on this game. You really haven't seen that in the past couple years, sophomores making a huge impact, besides Kevin Olson.
We all saw it a little bit last year with Eric Martinez at the kicker position, but Wayne Hills really showing off a great core of sophomores. Justin Hogan, Brian Burgess, Derek Basnick, as we just saw there at the fumble recovery, and really look for a great output from them for the rest of the season.
You know, I was talking to some kids. They weren't positive how much playing time they're going to get, but they're playing well. They're playing a lot already. It looks like it's going to be a good season for them.
Yeah, these sophomores really are really anxious, almost as you could almost say more than the rest of the team, to really show off their talents and showcase that they can play with the big boys here at Wayne Hills. And another run, Christian Rodriguez just bulldozing the whole Northern Highlands defense for a big 13-yard game, moving the chains. I thought he was only going to get 1 or 2 yards there. He seemed like he carried 4 or 5 guys all the way to almost the 50-yard line.
That's why they lift all year long, you know, to be able to make those plays. You know, that's really a big reason why the sophomores, Derek Basnick and Justin Hogan, are playing a lot of varsity. Physically, they're just very advanced. They put their time in the weight room this summer. It's really working out for them.
Wayne Hills, we just really growing big. All these kids, they hit the weight room almost as hard as they hit the books, as almost as hard as they hit the field. Everything that Wayne Hills does, they take a big passion to it.
It's a great thing for the team.
And end of the first quarter here, 14-0 Wayne Hills. And besides that last drive before the fumble by Northern Highlands, it really looked like all Wayne Hills out here tonight.
You know, that drive looked like it had a lot of potential for Northern Highlands, but then they give up the fumble. Well, when we come back at the start of the second quarter,
Welcome back, Patriots Stadium. Starting off this second quarter here, Wayne Hills looking to get a great drive going here from the 50-yard line. Robbie Schiller in motion, and it looks like there's a flag on the field.
Looks like it could have been false start or offsides.
And those are really the worst plays. You got to wait for the ball to be hiked before you move. I think that's the most simple play in football. You got to understand that, the hike. And here we go, 5-yard loss for Wayne Hills. See if they can do something big on 1st and 15.
You know, a lot of time these false starts with the play count, it's because of the noise and the atmosphere, but it's not crazy loud in the Patriots Stadium today, so it must have just been a little confusion the first game. Stuff happens.
Yeah, maybe it's just loud drum from this Wayne Hills band, and the crowd seems to be getting into this rendition of shots by LMFAO. Almost makes me want to get up and dance a little bit there, Andrew.
You know, you can try out for the cheerleading team.
And Kevin Olson drops back, play action, throws it deep, got Moskal wide open, and Moskal drops the ball. If he caught that one, it's a surefire touchdown.
You know, that pass, it was incomplete, but that's an Elite 11 pass.
Yeah, that was the most beautiful ball I've seen in a while. That pass was fantastic. And it was a little bit out in front, but Moskal definitely had the opportunity to get his hands on it and make the catch, score a touchdown. But then again, like Olson said in his pregame speech, move on from your mistakes. Don't dwell on them. Remember, there's always the next play, always the next drive, always the next quarter. You can always make a big play in the near future. Kevin Olson, handoff here to Schiller, gets to the outside. Looks like he has open field in front of him. One man to beat. Pushed out of bounds at the 28-yard line. That is a fantastic run by Wayne Hills. Really making sure that even though you didn't get a touchdown on the last play, they're still going to get big yards on this play. They want to get big yards on the next play. They want to get big yards on every single play, it seems like.
It looks like, I don't know what's going on. There may have been holding, and it's holding on Wayne Hills.
That was an interesting style, throwing the flag there by the ref. It seemed like he just took it out of his pocket and almost lightly placed it on the floor. Normally see a high throw or something like that, but
you know, there was almost no need for the throw at that point. You know, he just dropped it.
It seemed also to be a very late call. You normally see the call like that on the play, but they decided to call it after the play, and it seems holding on Wayne Hills. Second and 15 now. point of clarification about to happen. I'm not really sure on what's the down situation or the yard situation. It says 2nd and 12 on the board. I guess it's what it looks like here to be, too. I don't understand how that's the call after the big gain and all of that, but Olsen drops back. Big throw. And pass interference on Northern Highlands. And that almost looked like one of those fantastic plays you almost see on SportsCenter almost every night, where the guy makes the catch on the other man's body. You know what I'm talking about, Andrew?
You know, that definitely would have been a great play, but there's a flag. He obviously probably would have caught it.
Now, as a quarterback, do you think you feel a little bad when there's a pass interference and you didn't get the yards that you feel you deserved on a beautiful pass like that one?
You know, I think as a player, you always want to have, you always want to make the catch, but you want it to be in the team's best situation. You want, the outcome to help the team the most. You don't have to always worry about your own catches, your own runs. You want them to help the team.
Yeah, luckily, there's no fantasy high school football because some owners would be really sad on that one, losing good 2 or 3 points on that deep pass. And here we go. Olsen in the shotgun. Play action. Makes one man miss. Throws it deep. He's got interception. And really a big jump ball there. Northern Highlands looks like they might have some momentum here. See if they can make something happen down 14-0.
You saw Kevin Olsen avoid the defense, and then he threw an interception to number 22, Jack Boers. For Wayne Hills, that's obviously not the type of play you want to make, but for Northern Highlands, that's the momentum you need if you want to get back in this game.
And really, if you watch that play, you see it all stems from the fantastic pressure from Northern Highlands, almost sacking within 1 or 2 seconds. And Kevin Olsen has to scramble, get outside of the pocket, and make a throw on the run. And although that could have been a touchdown or an interception, that's generally not the type of throw you want to make in that situation. And Northern Highlands trying to get some momentum here. It seems like you never know where the ball is with Northern Highlands. Bobby Brown getting a good 8-9 yard gain.
He just avoided about 3 or 4 tackles.
I mean, I'm watching the game. I'm seeing the far sideline. I'm seeing the near sideline, and I'm looking around for the ball. I have no clue where it's going. I wonder if Wayne Hills is having that same problem that I'm having. It is a fantastic run game by Northern Highlands. How do you feel about the whole option play that Northern Highlands runs? Do you think that's a style that can really succeed in New Jersey football?
I think it can succeed. It helps a lot of college teams.
And Northern Highlands really putting the ball on the ground. Number 47, Rob Hinchin, he is having one fantastic game. Every time he gets the ball, he is looking for the first down.
You saw the fumble on the last drive for them, but right here, they didn't lose any, they didn't lose any of their momentum. It looks like they may get do better on this drive.
Northern Highlands on the first couple drives, they seemed almost scared and intimidated by this Wayne Hills defense, but now it seems like they're coming into their own. They're firing up plays. They wanted to win this game just as much. But Bobby Brown with the fumble. Wayne Hills.
And Derek Basnick recovers his 2nd fumble of the game. This sophomore is really playing sensationally.
Yeah, that's really what you want to have happen for you if you're Derek Basnick. The ball falls right in front of you. First instinct, jump down on it, pick it up, recover that ball. Wayne Hills football. And would you say it almost makes up for the interception? Do you think that's a weight off Kevin Olsen's back on this play?
It definitely doesn't make up for it. You don't want mistakes, but it's a momentum booster for the team.
Yeah, I mean, you're Northern Highlands. You get that interception, it could be a complete momentum change, and you fumble the ball right there, and it's not a great deal. But Kevin Olsen, deep throw, tripped by the official. Wow, you do not see something like that very often. The crowd really wants some type of flag thrown, but I don't think that can happen.
You hear a lot of vulgarity coming from the crowd right now.
That is wow. I mean, if that could be on SportsCenter's not top 10 plays.
That's
really
atrocious.
That was a beautiful throw by Kevin Olsen. Great play, and it could have been a touchdown for Wayne Hills. If you're an official in that situation, do you feel bad for Wayne Hills? Do you feel like, do you say sorry? Do you give him a pat on the back or something? Or
it looks like Coach Olsen's not happy with the play, talking to the official.
Do you think Coach Olsen's pregame speech, the no mistakes thing, or the moving on from your mistakes thing, applies to the officials as well? Because that's a mistake by the official. Kevin Olsen drops back. Great throw to Ryan Cardux, it seems like, and get a good 8 or 9 yards on the play. If you're Wayne Hills, you just got to move on from that play. That was wow. That's all I could say about that one. I could talk about that one all day.
I have honestly never seen something like that happen before in my life. I've seen a player run into the official, but I've never seen the official cause the contact. And I've seen a defensive player run into him or a blocker. I've never seen that happen.
It seemed like Northern Highlands had 12 players out there on the field. Like they had an extra free safety back there to make the hit. And Kevin Olson with the handoff. And that's a great run. First down, moving the chains. Wayne Hills really clicking on all cylinders. They're running the ball. They're passing the ball. They're mixing in some trick plays. And Northern Highlands really on their toes. They got to be on their P's and Q's if they want to stop this attack from Wayne Hills.
You know, these fans are still shocked by that play. It was amazing the official did.
People are still turning around, shaking their heads. They're confused. I mean, do you think in football they should put a rule in where if the official messes up the play like that, they should have like a redo or something?
No, I don't know. But if I'm the official, I'd like to stay, a little low profile. I'd watch my back.
Kevin Olson with the play action bubble screen to Eric Moskal. No gain really on the play. Northern Highlands, they're really catching on to the bubble screen play of Wayne Hills. And if they can take that away from Wayne Hills' game, Wayne Hills only has the run and the pass. There's obviously two things that you need, but that bubble screen has really often been a safe goat for Wayne Hills to go to.
Now, you're the official. Just like a player, you wanna make the right call. How do you think the official feels after tripping Eric Moskal after that?
He should feel remorse. I mean, I would go up to Moskal. I would say, I am sorry I took away a touchdown from you, young man. I mean, I would almost be giving makeup calls after that.
Do you smell that? It smells like he's a little nervous, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, but here we go. Wayne Hills on the play. Gets to the outside. Is that a touchdown? Yeah. Touchdown, Wayne Hills. A fantastic run. Getting to the outside. And Wayne Hills scoring the ball at will, it seems like.
Christian Rodriguez with the touchdown. He did it all of last season. He's doing it this season too.
Do you think he still gets that same feeling he got after his first touchdown after every single one? I mean, when he scored that many touchdowns, do you think they almost get boring after a while?
You know, I've personally never played organized football, but even when I play two-hand touch or flag, it's awesome scoring a touchdown. And this is, the biggest stage that a lot of these players will ever play on. They're excited every time.
And Wayne Hills really showing off many different ways how they can score the ball. We saw Robbie Schiller get into the end zone earlier. We saw a great pass from Kevin Olson to Ryan Carlux earlier as well. And also the great run there by Christian Rodriguez. It seems like every time that Wayne Hills scores a touchdown, it's a fantastic play. It's not just 1 yard run, 2 yard runs. It's runs from 20, 30 yards out. And Eric Martinez getting ready to kick the point after the touchdown. Good snap, good hold. And again, it's good. Right through the middle. With Martinez, when he kicks the ball, it's not going to the left. It's not going to the right. It goes right down the middle of the post. And that's really what a kicker needs to do.
He's fantastic. And that's why he was all league and all county last year. But I don't know if you noticed, Northern Highlands almost blocked that kick. They got through the line.
And that's almost a strange thing to see, because with the point after a touchdown, you often see the other team, the opposing team, after the touchdown, just give up and not really try to block a kick. And I commend Northern Highlands for their effort trying to block a kick, because you make it 20-0 instead of 21-0, and it could be a big point coming down the road. That is, if Northern Highlands can really turn it up and start scoring the ball. Because losing 21-0 or losing 20-0, you can't score the ball. It doesn't really matter.
Wayne Hills isn't on the field yet for the kickoff.
Seems like coaches are imparting some wisdom onto the team. And now the Patriots come onto the field ready for the kickoff. And here's it seems like a new cheer from the cheerleaders, where after a touchdown they cheer on the player who scored. I like that cheer.
Like I said before, I think you would make a great cheerleader. You should try out next year.
I don't know. I don't think I look very good in the short shorts.
I think you would just have to shave your legs.
And after that conversation, here comes the kickoff by Eric Martinez. And do you think he just says it in his mind, touchback, touchback, touchback? Do you think he's trying to kick it down the center of the field? What do you think's the mindset of Eric Martinez here?
Well, I talked to him earlier. I know he wants to get a touchback on every kick. He just has to have have confidence that he can do it.
There's the ball high in the air. And Northern Highlands with the return. See if they can make something happen. Makes one man miss. Makes two man miss with the spin move. Number 3, Brandon Latiemo. Great return to the 27, 28 yard line and 26 yard line. And that's a great return for Northern Highlands. Great moves. He could have been down at the 10, the 15, but he would not allow himself to do that. He was going for at least the 25.
That was a great return for them. You see Northern Highlands, they're making a lot of good plays. They keep on having turnovers after turnovers. They make great plays and then a terrible play. They need to really just consistently make great plays.
You could really put a highlight tape together of Northern Highlands plays, and they'd look fantastic, but their mistakes are just killing them. And Northern Highlands, great run. And he gets hit hard, number 3, Brandon Latiemo, who we just saw on the great kick return, but he would not go down. It looked like he almost snapped his neck. He gets right back up, goes 3-4 more yards. That was a fantastic run. Do you think that his momentum that he had after the great kickoff return, he thinks, okay, I'm going to get the ball here, I'm going to make a big run, or do you think that it's completely unrelated, special teams and offense?
I think it's just all momentum. He's feeling great. He wants to make great plays.
It seems like he feels very confident in his spin move, and it's a very quick move. He plants his right foot real quick, gets around the defender, and that's a great move that you can make right there. And the fake option by Bobby Brown, but Wayne Hills not tricked too hard. 4-yard run by Northern Highlands. And it seems like with Northern Highlands, almost every single play is one of those trick option plays, and they very rarely throw the ball at all.
You wonder, would they be better if they threw the ball, or do they run the ball because their passing game is so weak?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really tell how their passing game is until you see 3 or 4 or 5. You need a big sample on a drive, on a quarter, on a half to understand the passing game. But really, the running game seems pretty nice. Wayne Hills doesn't think so, though. They take him down in the backfield. It's a 1-2-yard loss. Tackle for a loss by Wayne Hills. 3, 4, 5 guys back there to make that tackle.
You saw Rob Levine get the first contact, and after that, it was done.
Referee blows his whistle. I don't know what that was for, but here we go. No gain on the play. And that's the worst as an offense. You're used to getting something, 1, 2, 3 yards on the run. When you get nothing or when you lose yardage, it's really something you don't like to see.
Well, you always say if it's not a negative play, it's a positive play.
Here we go, Northern Highlands. 3rd down. Quarterback Bobby Brown gets to the outside, but he steps out of bounds. And that's something you hate to see as a runner. You get to the outside, you think you have the end zone in your sights, and then you just run out of sideline to run up. And that was a great job by Wayne Hills to really get to corner him in the sideline and stop him.
You know, a lot of players wish the field was longer so they would have more of a sideline to run down.
Yeah, I mean, especially the running backs and the quarterbacks, but I think the defense would hate that if the field was 1 yard, 2 yard longer. Northern Highlands getting ready for 4th down and 2. It seems like they're going for it. I think that's a great decision by Northern Highlands. You really got to show Wayne Hills that you're not scared. You want to score some points, but a flag on the play.
Looks like a false start.
And it's a false start on the offense, and that is something you do not like to see if you are Northern Highlands. Because you have 4th and 2. You have a chance to move the chains, keep this drive alive, try and score some points for the first time in this game. And the false start takes you back to the 4th and 7. And
they were going for it before. Now it looks like they're going to punt the ball.
Bringing out the punting unit. And punting to Wayne Hills, if I was the other team, I'd really just throw the ball out of bounds. I would be very scared to kick the ball to Eric Moskill or Christian Rodriguez back there. It seems like Jake Van Penen for Wayne Hills is going to be back there with Eric Moskill for this kick return. That seems like a very short punt by Northern Highlands. Falls out of bounds at the 31. Somewhat of a coffin corner, although it was 30 yards away from the corner he was aiming for. But that was a good idea, kicking the ball out of bounds, because these Wayne Hills punt returners might be the best aspect of our game, possibly the most underrated.
They've had a slow start on their punt returns so far, but I think just one play can happen, and it's gone.
And if the way the Wayne Hills defense has been playing this so far is a sign of what's going to happen in the future, it seems like these punt returners are going to have many more opportunities to take one back to the house. Wayne Hills getting ready, trying to score for their 4th time in this game. Kevin Olsen in the shotgun. 2 backs behind him. There's the handoff. Big run up the middle. Christian Rodriguez powering through. He will not take no for an answer. Gets all the way to the 50-yard line. That is a fantastic run. Powering through 1, 2, 3, 4 guys.
He just had at least 7 yards after the contact, which we talked about before. That's what you want when you're a running back.
And Christian Rodriguez, you think he's going down, and then he gets right back up, spins around, moves a couple more yards. He really is a sight to see in this football game.
You saw Justin Hogan just checked into the game. We've seen him on defense. Let's see what he does on offense.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if this sophomore Justin Hogan can get some touches, try and take one to the house. That's always something you'd like to see for a sophomore first varsity game, to really make big plays like that. And Kevin Olsen takes it himself, showing off again the stiff arm. Beautiful run. Wow. Really showing off his running ability here tonight, Kevin Olsen. Seems like he has a good 40 yards on the ground besides his great passing game he's been having.
It's pretty impressive when you see a QB run like that.
With Northern Highlands game, with the option on almost every single play, it seems like Bobby Brown's running maybe 10, 15 times. Kevin Olsen's only running maybe 2 or 3, and they have about the same amount of yards. And you guys cannot see this, but a bug just climbed onto Andrew's neck, and he just completely grabbed it, and that was a very fantastic play. That's one that we will not see in the game. Some trickery by Wayne Hills here. 5-yard run.
That was a pass.
Pass by Kevin Olsen. I was honestly mesmerized by you grabbing the bug straight off of your neck, not letting that thing get anywhere near your body. That's interesting. I think it was attracted to that new deodorant you've been trying out.
It smells pretty good.
The air conditioning technology you're telling me about, I mean, I think it's really just a bug attractor.
Now, Justin Hogan's still in the game. Let's see when he gets a run play to him. Let's see how he can do it.
He's been lining up at the fullback position, and if he can get a touch or 2 or 3, he can really make some big things happen. I saw him playing a couple of the freshman games last year, and he was a man amongst boys. But, of course, it's a different level up here in varsity.
It's definitely a different level, and now the Patriots just took a timeout.
The clock is running after the timeout. The crowd's trying to notify, and the clock now stops. 5 minutes, 7 seconds left here in the second quarter. Wayne Hills up 21-0. Poised to score for the 4th time this game. Really, that's the mindset of Wayne Hills. They're not thinking field goal ever, it seems like.
You never want to think field goal, Eric.
If you're in Northern Highlands, a field goal wouldn't seem too bad right now. It's putting 0 points on the board so far. I don't think they'd be complaining.
I think getting past the 50-yard line is what they're aiming for at this point.
Yeah, if you're in Northern Highlands, you got 2 end zones. You got the 50-yard line, and then you got the real end zone. And you got to cross the first one before you can get to the second one. Sadly, you don't get any points for crossing the 50-yard line, but it'd be a real momentum swing for them if they can get it into the red zone and try and make something happen. And the clock problem has been resolved. There will be 5 minutes, 24 seconds left here in this half. And Wayne Hills wants to make a big play happen right here, right now. Don't be surprised if you see a handoff to one of these great backs, take it all the way to the house. Kevin Olsen drops back. Throw to Moskal. Good 2 or 3 yard gain, seemed like. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Preston Quinn on the play, not Eric Moskal.
You know, these black uniforms with the maroon or with the maroon numbers, you can sometimes get confused, Eric. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the running back, Christian Rodriguez being number 6, Robbie Schiller being number 9. It's hard to really see the difference between the 2 numbers. They should put the line on the top or the bottom so I can get a better view. And Wayne Hills moving the ball at will, it seems like. 3rd and seems about 2 or 3 here. Don't be surprised you see the run. And there it is. Christian Rodriguez powering through again. And you think he picked up enough for the first down there?
Definitely a first down.
And it seemed like he got touched almost in the backfield. He spinned off, put his hand down, really thrust it forward, got a good 2 or 3 more yards. That's really what you got to do as a running back. You got to see that where the chains are. You got to make sure you get there.
I think it may be spun off, not spinned off. We're going to have to ask an English teacher on that one.
Sorry, I've been a little bit rusty. It's been the summer, been in school for 2 days, but my grammar will improve as the season continues.
I'm pretty sure there was a summer reading assignment for all grades.
Back to the game we go. Seems like Olsen's directing the backfield really quickly. Play action by Olsen. Good pressure by Northern Highlands. Olsen gets tripped up, but he escapes. Throws the end zone again. And really, Olsen, every time he's under pressure, his first instinct seems to be end zone. And that can be a dangerous idea.
Well, I think when he's under pressure, the play is evolving more and more. And, he gets out of the pocket, so it's fine. But sometimes it's just too late in the end zone.
Sometimes you just got to cut your losses and throw the ball out of bounds and just start up all over again. Don't always need to go for the big play in the back of the end zone because that's how you can get hurt. And Northern Highlands hasn't been able to take advantage at all today. But against some other teams, you might see an interception, and that's not something you – oh, they actually did have that one interception in the zone. I'm sorry. But for the most part, not being able to stop it. And Wayne Hills on the run. Picks up a couple yards there.
Robbie Schiller, he just gets to the outside. He can't be stopped for quite a few yards.
And, the two running backs, Christian Rodriguez and Robbie Schiller. When Christian Rodriguez is back there, he likes to power through the middle of the line and then cut to the outside. But Robbie Schiller seems like he gets to the outside before this block's really set up, and he makes it happen all by himself. He can go 1 on 11 if he has to, take it all the way to the end zone.
I think 1 on 11 may be a little difficult. But, yeah, you never know.
I don't know. He's making it seem easy tonight. And here we go. Wayne Hills, Kevin Olsen under center in the red zone, a place where Wayne Hills is very comfortable. Kevin Olsen drops back. All the time in the world. He's going to run. And he pulls it into the end zone. Fantastic run by Kevin Olsen, showing off he can not only score touchdowns with his arms, but with his legs. He is not scared of contact. He will go to the zone all by himself. He doesn't need teammates, it seems like, on that run. He could be a running back, it seems like.
That was one fantastic play.
Kevin Olsen's ran the ball 3 or 4 times here. It seems like he's averaged almost 19, 18 yards per run. And that's really a great thing to have in a quarterback. Not a guy who looks to run first, but knows if the play breaks down, nowhere to go, he can run it all the way by himself, score the touchdown. It really takes pressure off the running backs. It makes the blockers feel comfortable. And the defense, your cornerback, that's your worst nightmare because you're busy with your assignments. These tough wide receivers from Wayne Hills as Eric Martinez kicks the ball through. And you're really not concerned about the quarterback running the ball, especially when it's a great drop-back quarterback like Kevin Olsen. And now you have to watch out for his feet. Becoming a double threat like that, Kevin Olsen's practically unstoppable.
We saw on that extra point again, it looked like the defensive line for Northern Highlands almost blocked the kick again.
And when you see the guys peering through the line like that, if you're Eric Martinez, do you think that really affects your kicking style, or do you think you just see the post, you see the ball, you see the snapper, and that's about it? You don't pay attention to the rest of the game.
I think you're trained to just kick. I don't think you're supposed to worry too much about the guys getting through.
If the snapper sees the guy running through, do you think he should tuck the ball down and try and not allow him to block it, or do you think it's just hold the ball, just let Martinez kick the ball and hope that Northern Highlands doesn't block the kick? Because with the way it's going, they might block one if Wayne Hill scores another touchdown and gets another PAT.
Well, 2 times so far they've gone through, and the placeholder hasn't tucked it and ran, so I guess that's your answer.
And Wayne Hill is getting ready to kick the ball off again. You think Eric Martinez's leg ever gets tired from kicking so many kickoffs and extra points?
I think he gets a good amount of rest in between kicks.
And here we go. Eric Martinez. Nice kick. Back to the 1-yard line. And Northern Highlands looks to get a great return. Wants to set up some good field position, but is not able to. Wayne Hills will not allow them to get good field position. And that's really what the difference in this game. Wayne Hills starts every drive on the 30, the 40. And Northern Highlands, you see them starting drives at the 15, at the 20, 25 at best. And that's really something that you don't like to see for Northern Highlands because Northern Highlands has trouble moving the ball up the field. You can't expect them to move it 75, 80 yards on set up a great drive. 3 minutes here, they really got to go into their quick offense. Don't be surprised if you see some no huddle.
That was, we're talking about a little other things, but that was a fantastic tackle by junior defensive end Martin Kilroy.
And Northern Highlands, number 3, Brendan Latiemo, and we're seeing him do a lot. There are some great running backs on this Northern Highlands team, and they move the chains often. That's what you like to see if you're Northern Highlands. They almost every single time they run the ball, if they're not getting stopped in the backfield, they're getting positive yards. They're getting some great yardage and picking up first downs seemingly left and right.
You know, if you saw half of Northern Highlands plays, you'd think they could be in this game, but it's 28-0. They haven't been doing anything after these great plays.
Yeah, it hasn't really been consistently great plays. It's been a great play here, great play there, and they got to really pick that up. And number 21, Jack Ewell, really hopes to do that here with that 4 or 5 yard run there.
You saw right there, yards after contact for Jack Ewell. Got an extra at least 2 yards. That's crucial for this team.
This Northern Highlands team seems to be very deep at the running back position. They got running backs on top of running backs. They can just throw into the game. They go 3 running back formation, 4 running back formation. Their quarterback, Byron Brown's practically another running back. Do you think that poses a threat to this Wayne Hills defense?
I think, you know, the game is showing it. You know, they're making big plays, but it hasn't affected them on the scoreboard. Looks like another false start for Northern Highlands.
Yeah, really, Northern Highlands. You think they practice the snap. That should be the first thing you come into training camp doing. Understanding that you got to hike the ball first. You got to not be moving on the line, and they keep starting off 1st and 15, now 2nd and 10. It really kills drives when you get these false starts.
It's definitely a momentum killer.
Especially after a good run, you're picking up positive yards, you're feeling good, and now you move back to where you started. It's not something you enjoy as a team. But now Northern Highlands able to pick up a good 4 yard gain there. It's about to be 3rd and 6. Now, what are your thoughts on these 3rd and medium range plays? Do you think you should go for the run? Do you think it's the pass? Do you think it depends on how many men Wayne Hills puts in the box? What's the mindset for Northern Highlands here?
I think so far all that's been working for them is the running game. But in a situation like this, I'd like to see them pass the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby Brown, he is the quarterback, so you know he can throw the ball. I'd like to see him do it here on this 3rd down play, see if they can try and trick the Wayne Hills defense. And it seems like he will. Play action. And 1st down, Northern Highlands. Wayne Hills really broke through the offensive line there. 4 guys almost picking up the sack, but almost being the key word. And that's a 1st down for Northern Highlands. That was a great play. If you're Northern Highlands, that's really what you like to see. You like to see moving the chains. You like to see the referees really moving the ball forward, inching it up. And hopefully, if you're Northern Highlands, you can get the ball into the end zone sometime soon.
That play just speaks a lot for Northern Highlands. Maybe they should try the passing game a little more.
Yeah, maybe if they try passing game here, pick up a couple more yards, they can cross the 50, and that's a big accomplishment for Northern Highlands in this game tonight. And Northern Highlands crosses the 50-yard line for a big 6-7 yard gain. That was a good run by Northern Highlands there.
They looked a little like Robbie Schiller going to the outside.
I don't think Robbie Schiller is the only guy in the world who can take it to the outside, Andrew. And now 20 seconds left. You wonder if Northern Highlands is paying attention to the clock, because this moment they seem to run the ball. They call timeout, so I guess they are aware of the clock situation.
I think they realize the time situation.
But if you're Northern Highlands, you really got to start throwing the ball, trying to pick up some yardage, get in the end zone, get in field goal position, something, because you end this drive at the 30-yard line after 2 more good runs. There's no use.
I'm almost going to guarantee that they pass on some of the next couple plays.
If you're Northern Highlands, it's almost foolish to not be passing on every single play from here on in, unless you just want to not throw an interception, just go into take a knee, go into halftime, down 28-0. I don't think that's ever the feeling that a coach wants to have, though.
Depending on this play right here, they may just let the clock run out just so they don't risk injury the first game of the season for them.
But if Northern Highlands throws the ball, gets a nice touchdown here, makes it 28-7, they can go into halftime with something to hang their hat on. They can come back in the second half, feel excited, feel like they can do something big. But if you just take a knee here, down 28-0, they don't have many positives to be focusing on. They've been turning the ball over. They haven't been getting into the red zone. It seems a mess for Northern Highlands.
Now, it looks like Matt Schunke on the sideline is able to walk, but he's definitely probably not coming back in the game.
Bobby Brown with a nice throw there. Seems to be pass interference on Wayne Hills. And if you're Northern Highlands, you take anything you get. That, no doubt in my mind, Bobby Brown is happy with that pass interference call. They're going to get the ball at about the 30-yard line, I'd say. And first downs, 17 seconds left. You try to get 10 more yards here maybe. Get your field goal kicker on the field. Get your 3 points. Take away this clean sheet from Wayne Hills. something to be happy about going into halftime.
It's always a goal to get points on the scoreboard before half, but we'll see if they're able to do that here.
Yeah, generally it's a goal to get more points on the board by half, but Northern Highlands here, they're going to take what they can get. They probably will pass the ball, and Bobby Brown seems to have a very unconventional style of throwing. He really doesn't cock it back the way the normal quarterback will. He kind of throws almost from his ear. It's a very odd throwing motion, but it seems like he can really get a good 20, 30-yard ball going. And the pitch to the outside, the spin. Wayne Hills, though, not tricked by the run play there. And Brendan Latiemo on the carry, picking up 2 or 3 yards. And you really got to wonder, what was the idea there with the run? Were they just trying to get the ball in the middle of the field for the field goal kicker to come out? 9 seconds left. Do you try and run another play? I know Northern Highlands has another timeout. What's your thoughts here, Andrew?
You know, if I was Wayne Hills, I would say go for the kick. I know Eric Martinez, great kicker. He has a great chance at making it. I think they're going to try to go for the touchdown here.
Sadly, it's not Eric Martinez as the kicker for the other team. So, I mean, I haven't seen the leg of this Northern Highlands kicker, but that's a 48-yard kick. I don't know if you can really think of a kick from there in high school football. It's very rare something to see. So really, this is Hail Mary time. Maybe not on this play, but the next play, unless they can pick up some crucial yards, get to the 25, get to the 20, and then making a more plausible kick for this kicker. See what Northern Highlands goes to do here. Bobby Brown gets under center. Drops back. Here's the throw, up in the air. And that's intercepted by Wayne Hills.
That was a great momentum booster for Wayne Hills going into half. They're already up 28-0, but to make sure Northern Highlands doesn't put any points on the board and get the interception there, they'll just knee it here and run into the locker room.
That was a fantastic interception by Preston Quinn. And really, you see his wide receiver skills often come out when he plays cornerback. With a fantastic catch like that, it seems like he was going up for it and Bobby Brown was his quarterback. Now, do you think interceptions like that going into the half, what does that mean? Do you think it means the same thing as an interception coming in the middle of the half or at a different point in the game? Because in my opinion, an interception in the half, it's really not a big deal, it seems like. But Robbie Schiller runs it to the outside. It looks like he's going to get big yardage. He might take it all the way to the house. Robbie Schiller making men miss, but they get him out of bounds at the 22-yard line. This crowd on its feet, excited for the end of that half. And Wayne Hills ends the half with a bang. Sadly, not able to take it all the way into the end zone, but they're going to go into the locker room. Tons of momentum. Look at the body language from Wayne Hills. They're excited. They're happy. They're really fired up with the way they're playing with this game. And Northern Highlands, they just seem to be slumming back, and they honestly have to figure out something new to do in the second half.
You know, this is a great start for the season. For the great start of the season, it's going to be. They want to repeat state champions again. This is just a great start for that.
Yeah, this is honestly a fantastic start for Wayne Hills. And Wayne Hills, they want to send Coach Olson out with a bang. They want to win every single game this season. They want to win the state championship. And not only do they really want to win, they want to win big. And this is a great way to start with this 28-0 lead at halftime. They're really clicking on all cylinders. Offensively, showing with the 28 points, 4 touchdowns. Kevin Olson with running the ball in for a touchdown, which is really a fantastic sight to see. But also the defense causing turnovers left and right, not allowing this Northern Highlands team to advance the ball. 0 points here at halftime. Not something to be happy about.
I think one of the biggest stories are the sophomores who are playing like stars. Justin Hogan and Derek Basnick. They're really, they're playing well.
Derek Basnick, 2 huge fumble recoveries. But seems like that's all for this half. When we come back, Wayne Hills Marching Band going to do some fantastic performance. Keep your eyes out for that.
Recruiting equipment managers Eric Chen, Kevin Fitzgerald, Anton Gilgore, and Victoria Blay. Librarians Brielle Chamberlain, Kerry Kerpick, Nitu Nirapil, and Alyssa Shiner. The Patriot repertoire this evening, Cruisin' and Traffic. Again, let's welcome the Patriot Marching Band.
Welcome back to Patriots Stadium, home of the Patriots, where 28-0 drudging of Northern Highlands has been going on here by Wayne Hills. And really, they've been clicking on all cylinders. Robbie Schiller, 7 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown. That is a fantastic game, nonetheless a half. What are your thoughts about this, Andrew?
You know, I think everything's working for Wayne Hills right now. The passing game, their defense, and the running game. And especially their kicker, Eric Martinez, making every kick. It's going well.
And here we go with the kickoff. Northern Highlands with a nice kick. Wayne Hills with the return. Gets to the outside, to the 20, to the 30, and pushed out of bounds at the 38, it seems, by Eric Mossel. Great return there. And that's how you start the second half by Wayne Hills. You got to get great field position like that, really start something great. Back to what you were saying, though, about the run game. They have been having a great run game, but it's not conventional as they normally do with just Robbie Schiller and Christian Rodriguez pushing the ball up the field. We've seen Kevin Olson, the fantastic quarterback, showing off his legs and really doing some stuff I personally never really seen him do.
You know, he's really never been a running QB. This game has shown a lot of what he can do. You see there's a penalty on the field. They're back to the 5-yard line.
Wow, that's definitely something you don't want to see if you're Wayne Hills. A loss of about 30 yards, maybe a little bit more. But Kevin Olson, 3 carries, 42 yards in the first half. That's 14 yards per carry. I mean, they just let Kevin run on every single play. It'll be first down after first down.
Looks like a little confusion here on the field.
Yeah, the refs are blowing some whistles. But there's no flag or anything. I mean, there's no reason to be a flag. I think they don't have a ball, is what it looks like. The ball's at the 30-yard line. And here it goes, being moved forward.
Wow, that ref really has an arm.
Yeah, underhanded. Perfect spiral, 20 yards. Sign him up for Northern Highlands next year. And now the ball's placed. Oh, I think there was a problem with the old ball. Now they got a new ball. I think that's what just happened. But Wayne Hills ready to start on their first drive of this second half. And even though they're at the 5-yard line, with the way they've been playing, don't be surprised if they go 95 yards and take it all the way. And Kevin Olson with another carry, 10 yards. He gets to the 30-yard line, all the way to the 35. 30-yard carry for Kevin Olson. And he seems to be slow to get up on the play, but that was a fantastic run by Kevin Olson.
We were just talking about the running game and not only the running backs and Kevin Olson. That just shows he's not just a passing QB. He can run it and run it very well.
Although it's a fantastic run by Kevin, he seems to be limping a little bit. Do you think that's a risk with a quarterback? I mean, you see Michael Vick get injured so often when he's running left and right. Do you think that's a problem necessarily when the quarterback trying to show off his legs takes a hit that he's not necessarily used to taking? Open shot for safety, definitely not a great place to be. But here we go. Kevin Olson, traditional handoff, but stuffed at the line. I think Northern Highlands keying in on the run game now.
Looks like Kevin's bent over. Looks maybe like his ankle is a little shaken up.
And you wonder if that's going to affect his throwing. Do you think he can still move out of the pocket? You think, I mean, I think running must be out of the question now for Kevin.
I think, you know, they're winning 28-0. He doesn't really have to run, but they're taking a timeout. He's really hurting.
And the Wayne Hills faithful, not something we really want to see ever to anyone, but especially star quarterback Kevin Olson. And although it doesn't seem like too serious of an injury, any injury at all, definitely not a good kind.
He's trying to jog it off, see if he can get some feeling back in his ankle.
Do you think it would be a good decision for Wayne Hills to just bring in the backup quarterback? I mean, we're up 28-0. You got to prime for the future to an extent. This game's practically wrapped up, although it's only in the third quarter. What's your thought here? The clock's running currently.
I think that's a confusion because I know the running clock rule is only after 35-0. But it looks like Coach Olson gave them the play. They're coming up to the line.
And Kevin Olson will remain in the game. The field general here. He's going in shotgun. You think the shotgun has anything to do at all with the injury, or do you think that just happens to be the play that's being called?
I think it's just the play.
You don't think that the 3-step, 5-step drop is a little bit affected by the ankle not being able to plant it as hard as he normally is?
He definitely is going to feel it, but he still has to move around. And even when you throw it, you use your legs. You know, you plant your feet.
Yeah, people don't sometimes think they call it an arm, but really, when you're throwing the ball, it's a whole body experience. It's your hips, it's your chest, it's your everything. And when you can't plant as hard as you can, sometimes you end up throwing a duck. I don't think Kevin Olson's ever thrown a non-perfect spiral, so see if we might see his first one here. There seems to be some confusion. Wayne Hills keeps going back into the huddle after coming to the line. What do you think that's all about, Andrew?
You know, I honestly have no clue because you saw the referee send all of them back there. I don't know what's going on here.
And Kevin Olson again checking on his ankle. And the body language in this huddle, it doesn't seem like anyone's really talking. They break the huddle now, coming to the line. Kevin Olson in the shotgun again. 3 wide receiver set. And a double reverse here to Robbie Schiller. And although he's tripped up in the backfield, he's able to get some solid yardage. He changes his direction. I thought he was out of bounds. Able to gain a good 5 or 6 yards. And that's really the fantastic thing about Robbie Schiller. You think you have him wrapped up in the backfield. You think you have him wrapped up in the middle of the field. He will juke around you. He will get to the outside. He will make a big play happen. And he made what could have been a 3-4 yard loss into a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, you just saw he took a bad play and made it a pretty positive play. That's not too bad. And it looks like Kevin's still limping.
The referee saying something to the Wayne Hills team. I don't know if he's trying to audition to be a new assistant coach, or I don't know what he's trying to do here, but Wayne Hills maybe complimenting him on the trick play that they just ran, because that was a fantastic double reverse. Northern Highlands never expected that. Kevin Olson, handoff to Christian Rodriguez. Christian Rodriguez gets to the outside, and he is pushing men. I mean, it took 4 guys. They had to push him all the way out of bounds. He was not going down. Normally when you see a guy run out of bounds, it shows that they're soft. It shows that they're scared of contact. But in that situation, it didn't seem like he ran out of bounds at all. It seemed more of a push.
It looked like they couldn't take him down. They had to just push him out.
It looked like they got all 50 guys on that team. They carried him and just kind of walked him out like Rudy or something. Took him all the way to the sideline. Well, here we go. Wayne Hills coming to the line again. Kevin Olson limping up to the line. And a quick screen to the outside. And a great cut to the 40-yard line. Number 21, Jake Van Penen on the reception. And although Kevin's injured, it does not seem to be stopping this Wayne Hills team at all from moving the ball up the field closer and closer towards the red zone and the ultimate goal of the end zone.
You know, he still seems pretty shooken up, you know. You think maybe like you said earlier, they may take him out just to get him a breather or something.
Yeah, luckily, though, for Wayne Hills, with Kevin Olson and an injury, him at 75% is better than most teams, 100%. I mean, look at that beautiful throw. And what a catch. Double coverage. Number 22, Eric Moskal with the grab. That is a fantastic catch. And sometimes we were talking before about the dangers of throwing a ball into double coverage, but sometimes you get a great reward and a fantastic play. Wayne Hills' passing game showing off what they can do.
That play just showed Kevin's injury. It's hardly having an effect on his play right now, but he still seems like he's in a lot of pain.
Kevin Olson, though, he's a warrior. I mean, you'd have to chop off both his legs if you want to see him come out of this game, not throw this ball into the end zone. He's about to make fantastic plays left and right. He doesn't care his injury. He doesn't care how he feels in the morning. He'll ice it up. He'll do whatever he needs to do to win this game. And Wayne Hills, 3 running back set, play action. That's caught. Touchdown, seems like. A fantastic play. You see 3 running backs in the backfield, and the catch was by number 37, Ryan Cardux, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Really a great play. The 3 running back set makes Northern Highlands crowd the box, scared of the run, play action, everyone scrambling around. Kevin Olsen keeps his composure. Beautiful, beautiful play by Wayne Hills.
Now we'll see if Eric Martinez stays perfect throughout this game with extra points.
Yeah, for the 5th time tonight. He's 4 for 4 on the night. And really, that looked like the best Northern Highlands chance to block a kick. They had 3, 4 guys break the line, but they just couldn't get there quick enough. And Eric Martinez, 5 for 5 on the season. Perfect on extra points.
You know, this game has really been a huge confidence builder for what they hope to have as a great season.
Yeah, really, this game has been a footstep for Wayne Hills to get closer and closer to the ultimate goal of a Wayne Hills State Championship. Bring it home again. 2-time defending state champions. They want to make it happen, and they're taking care of business. They're not taking anything as fun in games. This is a business for Wayne Hills at the moment.
Well, I don't want to, do anything wrong, but they're defending the past 2 years, but they're 8-time champions.
8-time champions, yes. And this team, I mean, we might as well rename ourselves Wayne Hills Champions, because that's what it seems to be going on in Wayne Hills. The culture is championship or bust in Wayne Hills. And when you have a team like that, it often means you have a great team, but also means there's a lot of pressure on the team. And the pressure seems to not be phasing them at all. 35-0, taking care of business against Northern Highlands tonight.
We can see right here Kevin Olsen's getting his ankle looked at by the trainers.
And Eric Martinez, beautiful kick into the end zone for a touchback. I'm telling you, Andrew, with the extra rest that he can take at halftime, he can come out fully charged leg. He can strike the ball. He's only a couple yards away from kicking it into the field goal post from there on the kickoff.
That was a pretty big kick. I see some soccer players that can't even make that kind of kick.
Yeah, it seems like his leg is getting stronger and stronger. And as Mr. Meza just announced, there will be a running clock for the rest of the game, or unless Northern Highlands scores or there's an injury. But timeouts, run plays out of bounds, incomplete pass, no matter what, the clock will run for the remainder of the game. Northern Highlands, big shuffle at the line. One man escapes. 3-yard gain. And really, I just saw a big dog pile, and out of nowhere, a white jersey emerged from the ashes.
I could have sworn he was tackled, but he got right back up.
Yeah, I guess maybe Northern Highlands taking some notes on what Wayne Hill's been doing. Not scared of first contact, not scared of the second contact. You got to plow through, and that's a physical football game that we're watching here tonight. Generally, it's only the defense that likes hitting, but the offense seems to be getting into the hitting state of mind too. And a pitch to the outside to number 3, Brendan Latiemo, but going nowhere. They will not let him get anywhere. This Wayne Hills defense is really shutting down the run in this half.
You almost wonder, what did the Northern Highlands coach say to them in the locker room during halftime? They haven't come out with any, boom or power. They looked better before halftime.
Yeah, I mean, when you're losing at halftime, it's very hard sometimes to gain the momentum, the confidence to come out to, you think they've packed it in now? You think they just know that they've lost this game, no need in trying anymore? Or do you think they're going to come out here, try their hardest, and maybe try to make this comeback city for Northern Highlands?
You saw Rob Levine right there almost block the pass.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, fantastic pressure on that pass, and Bobby Brown had nowhere to go with that pass.
You see Robbie Schiller and Eric Moskal back for the punt return.
The dynamic duo for punt returners. If you're Northern Highlands, you want to kick it to the left, you want to kick it to the right, no matter what, there's a big chance of them taking it back to the house. And the ball's in the air. It looks like it's going to be Moskal. Seemed like he calls for fair catch, but there wasn't many people around him. What do you think was the reasoning for the fair catch there?
It looked like a tough catch. He didn't want to risk anything. He just wanted to be able to catch it. And just a lot of times you see the punt returners try to run before they fully catch it. He just wanted to make sure he caught it and got the yards there.
And Wayne Hills going to be taking the ball about the 27-yard line here. And Kevin Olsen is remaining on the sideline. And Kevin Olsen, though, really, besides the injury, he has been having a fantastic game. 10 for 16, 109 yards, and 4 carries for 75 yards. He had that 1 interception in the first half, but he had 2 touchdown passes in this game, and he's playing great. And now we get to see junior quarterback Justin DeGroat. Let's see what he can do. The quick handoff here. Schiller to the outside. He really does a great job of squaring up, looking the defender in the eye and telling him, I'm going to blow by you. And then Schiller just gets to the outside and makes great plays.
He just makes it look easy, and it looks there was a personal foul hitting while he was out of bounds. We'll see maybe a few extra yards here.
And that's a penalty you often see when a team's getting really destroyed the way Northern Highlands is. You get frustrated. I mean, you want to make a play. You want to make a big hit. You want to do something, boost your confidence. And it's really a boneheaded play by Northern Highlands. You got to keep your composure. You got to know that you got to remain a gentleman on the field.
So we'll see Justin DeGroat playing QB now that Kevin's hurt.
Do you think with Justin DeGroat coming into the game that they're going to pass it any less, any more? What do you think that changes up the play calls at all?
Well, this is really his first varsity experience. They're definitely going to run it a little more, but I think they'll give him a chance at passing.
And here's another handoff. Christian Rodriguez just busting through people. And fantastic 17-yard run. Northern Highlands. Who do you want to run the ball if you're Northern Highlands? Do you want Robbie Schiller to take the ball to the outside? Do you want Christian Rodriguez to come to the middle? It seems like both of them can steady bust out 15, 18-yard runs every single time they touch the ball.
Looks like Kevin wants to come back in the game. He walked up, but I don't know if the coaching staff's going to let him come into the game and risk any more injury.
Yeah, with the game pretty much locked up at 35-0, you don't want to re-risk injury. Kevin's had a fantastic game. He might as well hang up the cleats for tonight and get ready for next week to make a big game. And the handoff here to Christian Rodriguez, stiff-arming his way to a 5-yard gain.
He just keeps bulldozing through every defender. Takes them a few hits to get him down.
Yeah, he is having a fantastic game. But number 9, Robbie Schiller, 9 carries, 140 yards. Wow, that is a fantastic game by Robbie Schiller. And he also has 1 catch for 18 yards. He's playing one fantastic game.
That's just something to look for the whole season. A big first game. Will probably carry it on the rest of the season.
And DeGroat under center. Handoff to number 24. Rips through first down.
And Steve Pasterla gets about a 12-yard gain.
Fantastic game by Pasterla. And now at this point in the game, do you think Hill's going to bring in much of their junior and talent that they have just kind of awaiting in the reins to come in and make big plays?
You know, it's definitely good experience for them. They may wait until the fourth quarter to really start bringing them in.
And DeGroat with the handoff. And boom, numbers. Number 6, Christian Rodriguez plows through. He was not going to take no for an answer. 5 guys in his way at the 5-yard line. He took them all into the end zone with him. They can come join the party in the end zone. And Rodriguez scoring touchdowns like it's his job tonight.
Wayne Hills is really just making this game look easy.
There seems to be a flag on the field. The ref's asking, what's this flag doing on the field? Pointing at it, asking whose flag is this? It seems like a face mask call on Wayne Hills by wow, and the touchdown is coming off the board, and the ball is going back to the 24-yard line. A semi-devastating play. When you're up 35-0, I can't say anything's really a devastating play. But if you're Christian Rodriguez, you're not happy with that touchdown being taken off the board. And Robbie Schiller gets the ball and spins off the first tackler. Breaks away for the second one, seems for a second, but gets the ball all the way to 6-yard line. A beautiful 18-yard carry by Schiller. And that's the thing with Wayne Hills. They get a bad penalty. They get a penalty. They can take the ball back. Take the ball back all the way to the 1-yard line if you want. And they're going to move it back all the way to the end zone they know what they're doing here.
You know, we're talking about these running backs bulldozing through the defense. The lead blocking tonight has really been superb.
It's true. You know, blockers often don't get the respect and the recognition they deserve, and it's a shame. I mean, these running backs would not be able to have the game that they are having without the lead blocking from this Wayne Hills front line. It's a battle in the trenches, and this Wayne Hills front line clearly pushing this Northern Highlands team around, showing them who is boss.
There's less than a minute and a half left in the quarter.
Yeah, Wayne Hills has the ball on about the 2-yard line, and you know they're going to punch it in here. 3 running back formation. There's the handoff. There's the jump in the air. And Christian Rodriguez gets the touchdown again. Although it was taken away before, he says, I still want to coach. Gets the ball, jumps over the line into the end zone, and really great blocking on the play. The jump was hardly even necessary. He could have just walked in there.
You know, that's great experience for the junior quarterback, Justin DeGroat. First drive, you know, really. And he gets a touchdown. You know, he didn't have a pass play, but it's just great experience.
Justin DeGroat can clearly say 100% of the drives that he's been a part of have ended in a touchdown.
That is true.
And Eric Martinez gearing up for his 6th PAT of the game. And there it is, right down the middle. Nothing else you can expect from this great kicker in Eric Martinez.
Now Wayne Hills is leading 42-0. Do you think Northern Highlands knows it's over?
It's very hard to score 42 points in 13 minutes. That's not a thing that teams really cannot do. And especially when you see this rushing attack. Christian Rodriguez, 10 carries, 109 yards. That's 10.9 yards per carry. And Northern Highlands can't come up with an answer for him, can't come up with an answer for Schiller, and really, this team will not take no for an answer. Wayne Hills will plow through the defense, get the first down. First down, they're not even happy with it. They want 5 more yards in the first down, 10 more yards in the first down. They want touchdowns.
That's what every team wants, but Wayne Hills actually makes it happen.
Yeah, Wayne Hills goes out, gets what they want, gets what they feel they deserve. 42-0. Wayne Hills doing what they have to do to win this game and more.
We'll see if Eric Martinez can get another touchback.
And Martinez, a place where he's very used to being in this kickoff, scoring so many points with Wayne Hills. And Northern Highlands trying to make something big plays happen, but only gets to the 26-yard line. At this point, if you're Northern Highlands, you really got to abandon the run. You got to start passing. If you want to make any attempt to come back in this game, it has to be a pass-heavy, move the ball down the offense quick, 30-yard pass, 40-yard passes. Really great blocking you need great everything to happen and the cards really need to align.
You know, I can almost guarantee that they're not going to come back and win this game. But if they want to, you know, put some points on the board, they're definitely going to have to pass the ball. Because the running game's just not the answer.
You're here to hear it first. Andrew Francis, a man who's not normally making guarantees, kind of, that Wayne Hills is going to win this game. There's some confusion in the fans about the rule with the 35-point lead. The clock runs for the rest of the game, and there even runs with timeouts. Only time it will stop is for injury or the end of the game. A little clarification for you fans at home and in the stands as well.
Fans are revolting. They're beating up the commentators.
And at the end of the third quarter, Wayne Hills, 42-0, scoring a steady 14 points per quarter, punching in almost every single drive. What have you seen here tonight, Andrew?
Complete dominance.
I mean, this game has been so physical. The fans in the stands are even getting into it. And here we go. Fourth quarter starting. Number 2, or Bobby Brown, taking the ball almost all the way to the house. A gigantic over 60-yard gain for Bobby Brown of Northern Highlands, and that's something he can look at and say, I'm happy with that.
You know, that was a great play. He's going to be happy with it. But I think the score of the game is going to make him feel a little more upset about that, you know.
If he could punch the ball in here, I think it's something you can hang your hat on, look forward to next week, say, I scored a touchdown. You get to school, tell the ladies, tell your friends, tell your teachers. Everyone loves touchdowns, except for the defense, of course.
It definitely means more if you at least score one touchdown than just have a huge blowout, even if you still lose by more than 35 points.
Yeah, although 0 is the lowest number in the number system, you see a 0 hanging on the scoreboard, it's never something you like to see.
Right. So Bobby Brown under center. Look for the run play here. And it's a QB sneak right up the middle, and he's stopped. No gain.
And like I said before, the battle in the trenches that Wayne Hills seems to be winning offensively, they also seem to be winning it defensively. The line for Wayne Hills is just fantastic today.
We talked about the lead blockers for the running game. The defensive line to stop their running game up the middle has been fantastic all game.
And you have to be somewhat confused with that play call by Northern Highlands. 3 yards out trying to go physical game for 3 yards. I mean, it's a wide field. They could have done some tricky option play. They could have done some play action. But a QB sneak definitely isn't the most creative or the best play to go with in that situation.
And Wayne Hills had a lot of men in the box.
And it seems to
Looks
be
like they're signaling something like a timeout. Timeout Northern Highlands.
See, now it's stopped. Not a timeout.
And there seems to be a little confusion. Before we thought the running clock rule, even during timeouts, the clock ran. But here the clock is showing that it's not running. It stopped at 9:48.
And as we show you the scoreboard, 42-0, Wayne Hills, total dominance on all aspects of this game. They are running the ball harder. They are passing the ball better. They're playing better in the trenches. And I'm sure post-game they're probably going to take showers better than Northern Highlands will. They're just doing everything correct tonight, this Wayne Hills team. It's just fantastic to watch.
And you even see the young guys, Justin DeGroat at QB, Justin Hogan, Derek Basnick. They're making their mark on this game.
Yeah, Derek Basnick, the sophomore, with 2 fumble recoveries in this game. Huge plays to stop any momentum that Northern Highlands could have had. Northern Highlands, 2nd down.
2nd and goal here. They're going to try to see if they can punch it in for the first time all game. And the pitch looks like a touchdown. He may
I think
have
it's
had
a
his
little
knee
short.
down.
I think it's a little short there, Andrew. Couple inches, but if I'm the referees, you just got to give it to them.
You know, I think the integrity of the game, they're not going to give up calls. If they don't get it here, if I'm Northern Highlands, I still go for it.
Yeah, 100% completely. There's no other option. If I'm Northern Highlands here, though, I go for the play action, try to fool the defense, try to fool someone, because everyone here knows that they're about to go with the run with Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown up the center. And a QB sneak. And the referee waves touchdown. The first one for Northern Highlands. And I'm sure they're all feeling it's about time. And now, this will be the first time all game if we can see if they have a kicker nearly as good as Wayne Hills' kicker, Eric Martinez.
It's really the first time in the game, besides the opening kickoff, that we got to see if they have a kicker at all.
You know, I think this may be also the first time that their cheerleading team is actually getting the crowd involved.
Number 25, John Hinchin for the extra point here. We saw him making some big plays in the first half running the ball. Let's see if he can kick the ball here.
I think that was John's brother, Rob. And the extra point is good. Wayne Hills still leads 42-7 with 8 minutes and 58 seconds remaining.
If you're Wayne Hills here, you give up that touchdown, Do you necessarily think that's something to be sad about as a defense? Do you think it's something to be angry about? I mean, when you look at the tape, you can see that you just let up a touchdown, and a clean slate's definitely something you want to go for every single game as a defense.
I don't think they're necessarily as worried about the touchdown as they are that huge 60-yard run by Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Wayne Hills really seems to be a defense that does not allow the other team to get big plays. And a 65-yard run by Bobby Brown all the way up the sideline. He almost punched it all the way into the end zone. You can't allow that if you're Wayne Hills. When you go up to play Pascack Valley, when you go up to play St. Joe's, you cannot allow big plays like that to happen. And really, that's something that I feel like these players know that they're going to get extra running in practice for or something.
When you play these stronger teams, you definitely can't let up a big play. So John Hinchin on the kick right now. He's lining up. And the kick's in the air. Looks like a touchback. First one all game for Northern Highlands.
And it seems that Kevin Olson's going to be out for the rest of the game. He's taking his jersey off. He's getting his ankle massaged a little bit. He's took his cleat off as well. And it looks like he's going to be Justin DeGroat for the rest of this game.
Justin DeGroat's definitely playing the rest of this game. And we'll see. Maybe, if they give him a chance at passing, they have more options that way, But right now they're in the huddle. If you're Northern Highlands, how do you try to improve after this game?
I think you go right back to the drawing board. I mean, the options seem to work in small parts. You definitely can't shy away from it. You can't completely
In
rip
the
your
pitch
team
to
apart.
Robbie Schiller, he's got the outside edge. He's going. He's at the 50, and he's out of bounds. A great run by Robbie Schiller. He's been doing that all game.
Really, Robbie Schiller. I mean, up 35 points. He doesn't care what the score is. He doesn't care if it's 0-0, 42-7, 800-0. He is going to run full speed, going for the end zone every single time he touches the ball.
800-0 sounds a little odd.
With the way Wayne Hill's been playing tonight, I wouldn't be surprised later on in the season we see an 800-0
Pitch to
game.
Robbie Schiller. He's got the outside again. Another first down, and he's down. Gain of either 13 or 14 yards.
And it really seemed on that play Robbie Schiller was jogging it out to get that first down.
I was about to say that. I think some of the fans out here were saying that. I guess at this point in the game, it's a little easier.
Yeah, when you're up 42-7, you don't necessarily need to be running full speed to get the first down. And there's great blocking ahead of him. He could have just taken a nap, maybe even crawled for the first down if he had to.
Looks like someone may be hurt down there.
Looks like someone got the wind knocked out of him. Looks like Robbie Schiller. Robbie Schiller gets up rather quickly, walks off all by himself. That's something you always like to see. You like to see him get up by himself, no help from the trainers. And he returns to the huddle. He's not coming out of the game. He is coming out of the game, actually. Doesn't seem very happy about it. Then again, I don't think anyone's ever happy to come out of the game.
I think everyone wants to play, so you see Wayne Hills is leading 42-7 with 7:36 left in the game, and the clock is stopped right now, and now it's starting to go again.
And even though Robbie Schiller is sitting down right now, he had a fantastic game. I don't know if he's going to come back in, but 12 carries, 187 yards. Are you kidding me?
And the run, it's a gain of 14 for Justin Hogan.
But really, the sophomore sensation, Justin Hogan. A lot of chatter in the underclassmen talking about how he one day will be the leader of this football team. And that, as a sophomore, 14-yard game, that's something you really like to see.
That was a phenomenal play. Him, Derek Basnick. These sophomores are really making it happen tonight. Another run to Justin Hogan right up the middle. He's plowing them over. He could go. He's down at about the 1 yard line.
And how demoralizing that is as a defender in Northern Highlands, you have a sophomore in your sights. You're squared up, ready to tackle him, and he just plows you over onto the ground. Justin Hogan, that was fantastic.
I think size-wise, he's a little more than a sophomore. He's a pretty big kid.
I don't think high school age actually determines your size. He really just hits the weight room. He's a freak of nature. He is gigantic. He also has the speed. He has the hands. He has everything you need to be the total package in this Wayne Hills football offense.
He's definitely getting his share of touches tonight.
And now
Looks like there's a timeout for Wayne Hills, and Anthony Kenny is coming into the game.
within the 5-yard line here, do you think the team should go with their first pass in what seems like since Kevin Olson has come out, or do you think they should continue with this fantastic strategy of running the ball? What do you think is the real way to put the ball in as effectively as possible here?
You know, I think the running game's is working, so why stop? But then again, you always want to give Justin a chance to get a pass. We'll see what they do here.
And Northern Highlands here, how hard do you think they're going to go to stop Wayne Hills from scoring this touchdown? Do you think they're just going to let him waltz in there, or do you think there's going to be some real pretending like it's a close game defense from Northern Highlands?
You know, I don't know how often another team would let another team score, even if it's a blowout, but they're definitely not trying as hard as they were the first drive of the game. So Justin DeGroat under center. The handoff. Touchdown, Wayne Hills for Justin Hogan. His first touchdown in his Wayne Hills career.
And a fantastic carry, too. He spinned off a defender. You thought he might be down at that 1-yard line. He pounded through, and by the time I saw him standing upright, he was at the back of the end zone.
That was a great run. It was just a great, it shows the future of this program.
Yeah, Justin Hogan, great mixture of size and speed. Almost like a tiny mixture of Christian Rodriguez and Robbie Schiller put into one package.
Yeah, it is.
And Martinez coming out here again for another extra point. Do you think he ever gets tired of kicking extra points?
You know what? It's probably fun.
Do you think Wayne Hills necessarily needs extra points at this point? They might as well just allow the points that they have to be enough.
I think they're definitely happy with the points they already had, but I think the extra points just, it's good for them.
It's a nice icing on the cake.
Yeah. And you see Eric Martinez stays perfect throughout this game.
And something that most people won't pick up on is that Eric Martinez actually has as many points as the other team. 7 points for Eric Martinez, 7 points for Northern Highlands. And it'll be interesting to see who will outscore the other one as this game continues. Northern Highlands versus Eric Martinez for the rest of this game.
Right now it's going into overtime. We'll see who scores first.
Now, if you're Eric Martinez here, you've been kicking the ball all night. Do you kick it the same power you kicked in the beginning? Do you give Northern Highlands a chance to return the ball? What's the mindset here for the kicker?
I think he's always trying to go his hardest. But it is the end of the game. You don't want to pull anything, so.
What do you think is the percent chance that Martinez goes with an onside kick here?
If you would like to make a bet, I guarantee you he does not do an onside kick.
Gambling's actually not allowed in our high school, so I will not like to make a bet with you tonight, Andrew. But seems to be some form of a squib kick, I guess you could call that.
And he stopped before the 20, or right after the 20. He powered through to get an extra 2.
It seems like the 20-yard line is the benchmark for a kick returner. That's where you need to get to at least if you're going to return a kick, because you could have just let it go into the end zone and picked it up at the 20. And do you think that a kick returner, when they're at the 19-yard line, first touch by the defense, do you think they have a little more extra momentum to push it past 20 than, let's say, they would past the 30 or the 40?
I think definitely. Right here you see Martin Kilroy. He's in the games playing defensive end. We'll see if he can make his mark on this game. It looks like possibly a timeout here. Yeah, timeout Wayne Hills. If you're Coach Olson, what could you be telling the team right now? What do you think?
You could be telling them, fantastic game. Way to play your hearts out, boys. 49-7. But if I know Coach Olson, I think he might be telling them, why did they have 7 points on the board? You cannot allow any points for the rest of the season. Wayne Hills wants a clean sheet for the rest of the season, and in many of a game, I wouldn't be surprised if they can make it happen.
They're definitely going to have a few shutouts this season. But back to before, Eric Martinez and Northern Highlands still tied 7-7.
Yeah, it's coming down the stretch in that one. But this defense, junior James Kelly, 6 tackles in this game. And that's really showing off some great defensive hustle.
You see Bobby Brown under center. And they're just going to keep running the ball. And he stopped. Barely any gain.
It seemed like Bobby Brown tried to swat something, but there was nothing in front of him at all. I did not see a man or anything.
You know, there are a lot of bugs in the air, end of summer, early fall. That could be it.
Do you think a bug ever distracts a player on the field? Do you think a quarterback getting ready to hike the ball gets stung by a bee or a mosquito? You think that can affect the play on the field?
I don't think they worry about that too much. But here we go, Bobby Brown under center. And the pitch to number 3, Brandon Latiemo. Oh, and he's dragged back. The forward progress will leave him about the 30-yard line, maybe 29. Now the game clock is running out, about 4 minutes left. Wayne Hills is leading 49-7. If you look at this game, you say everything's a positive. What do you say is a real positive from this game?
The real positive from Wayne Hills, I'd say, is the running of Robbie Schiller. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed, he got a first down. And it wasn't even just barely a first down. It was a deep first down. It was 20-yard gains, 30-yard gains. He had a 56-yard gain to end the half. He was fantastic tonight.
He had 121 yards in the first half. That's good enough for a whole game, like you said before. But here, Northern Highlands calls a timeout, and you almost wonder why they're calling a timeout at this point in the game with 3:46 left in the game.
If you're Bobby Brown, you got your team in the huddle, and you're telling them, we tried our hardest. Let's try our hardest again. We got one more drive here, 3 minutes, 46 seconds left. Let's try punching in for one more. Go home down 49-14. Something to be happy about.
And I was really surprised all game. They really never went to their passing game. Maybe 5 passes the whole game. It's pretty surprising.
Yeah, most of them were screen passes. The most play that Bobby Brown's arm really saw was pitching it to Brandon Latiemo or to the other running back,
Rob Hinchin.
Rob Hinchin, yeah.
Looks like they're getting lined up here, waiting for the coaches to get off the field. And Bobby Brown's under center again. They must be running it again. And it's a fake, and he takes it himself. He's down. Gain of 1, maybe.
I never understood the play where a quarterback pretends to hand it off to the running back and then runs in the exact same direction that running back was going to run it in. The defense was going to be there anyways. You got to run the opposite direction in that play.
I totally agree with you. I don't understand it. You should have faked the handoff, ran the other way,
If you fake handoff right, you got to go left. I mean, that's how you fool the defense and maybe pull off a big gain, 60 yards like Bobby Brown did earlier in this game.
Sophomore Brian Burgess is in the game. Bobby Brown under center. And he fakes it. A fumble. And Wayne Hills gets it.
Oh, yeah.
They're going.
Oh, yeah.
And he's tackled at the 5-yard line. It's a great play for Wayne Hills. Mike Shiner just checked into the game.
But like you said before on that last play, Brian Burgess showing off his skills for a little bit. He locked down the wide receiver. And 3 sophomores have checked into the game tonight. I think that has to be some form of Wayne Hill's record.
That's some sort of record. That's got to be. Looks like sophomore QB Peter Pawzuski is in the game. That makes 4 sophomores playing in this game. This has got to be a record.
And, Wayne Hills did not give any throws to Justin DeGroat. Do you think Peter Pawzuski might be able to pick up 1 or 2 throws on this drive?
Well, there's a handoff there right up the middle. Gain of 2. There's about 2 minutes left in the game. Wayne Hills still leading 49-7. Preston, no, that's not. Dan Smythe is coming out of the game. So is Hunter Beck. So Peter Pawzuski's running in for the play call.
Do you think being the signal caller for a team as a sophomore, I know that he's technically the 3rd string guy, but at the moment he might as well be the 1st string guy. He's the guy on the field. Do you think there's any nerves going through him?
You know what? He's handing the ball off. He's just getting his touches. I think he's doing good. And the handoff there, basically no gain for Brian Burgess.
He seems to be fielding every snap very cleanly, having a nice clean handoff. I don't know how his arm is tonight, but the handing off seems to be doing a good job of it.
This is just fantastic experience for all of these sophomores. Derek Basnick, Justin Hogan, Brian Burgess, Peter Pawzuski. It's really great for them. And Peter Pawzuski under center. And the handoff to Brian Burgess. Oh, he cuts up the middle. He's going to the outside. And he could go all the way. Touchdown, Brian Burgess. Another sophomore touchdown. That's 2. That's got to be a record, Eric.
2 sophomore touchdowns in the game. And the real thing about that play is that about the 5-yard line, it was one man to beat. He gave him a little shimmy to the left, got to the outside, seemingly metaphorically broke the ankles of the Northern Highlands players, made him fall down, and it was a clean trot to the end zone. He could have done whatever he wanted to get those last 5 yards. That was a fantastic run by Brian Burgess at a varsity high school football game level.
With 44 seconds left, it looks like Eric Martinez is going to score his 8th extra point of the game. We'll see if he stays perfect for tonight.
And the game between Eric Martinez and Northern Highlands really coming down to a thriller. 44 seconds left. Let's see if we can do it. The snap, the hold, the kick is good. Eric Martinez, 8-7 against Northern Highlands.
That's a good win in his book. About 44 seconds left in this game. They just got to, squib kick it, let the clock run out. I don't think Northern Highlands is going to score again this game.
If you're Wayne Hills here, you're bringing in a lot of the backup younger players. Do you think it might be a good idea to bring in the backup kicker, give him some varsity reps, see if he can kick the ball off deep?
I'm looking at our roster. Is there a backup kicker that we know of?
There has to be one.
There's got to be one, but do we know of one?
I do not know who the backup kicker is.
It looks like lining up for the kickoff. Now, what do you think the odds here of an onside kick are?
Slim to none. It seems like a very, very little chance of an onside kick.
So, as of right now, Eric Martinez with the win over Northern Highlands.
And more importantly than the win by Eric Martinez over Northern Highlands, Wayne Hills seems to have, I think it's safe to say, they've wrapped up the win, 56-7. Wayne Hills, fantastic game tonight.
Well, you never know. There could be a comeback. And the kick is off. Looks like another touchback for Eric Martinez. Make that 3 or 4 on the game. He's been having a great game.
Yeah, it's really an iron foot by Eric Martinez. The ball is placed at the 40-yard line. He's kicking it over 60 yards on almost every single time there's a kickoff.
The whole team, it's a fantastic start to this season. Coach Olson's last year, Kevin's senior year. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yeah, this is the way to kick off this season. Wayne Hills knows that this is not the end of the journey, though. They have many more games to go to get to the playoffs, get to the state championship, and overall bring the trophy home to Wayne Hills.
And Bobby Brown under center. The handoff right up the middle. He's going nowhere. These younger players they're playing just as well as the starters were.
Yeah, really. If you don't look at the numbers, you can't even tell that the starters came out of the game.
It's really just You think Northern Highlands is thinking maybe we gotta get some new players or something?
If you're Northern Highlands, you got to think score on every single play. Why aren't they throwing the ball deep here, trying to get into the end zone, trying to do something at the end of this game?
And the clock hits 0-0. Wayne Hills wins the game 56-7 over Northern Highlands. Eric, what were your favorite parts of this game?
My favorite parts of the game was the last touchdown of the game. That touchdown by Brian Burgess was absolutely phenomenal. He put some moves on some guys I didn't know he had in his book of tricks.
You know, we saw these sophomores. Great game by most of them. I think Robbie Schiller had an outstanding game also. We can't overlook that.
Oh, Robbie Schiller. Fantastic game. Over 180 yards rushing. He had that big 55-yard rush at the end of the first half. He played absolutely fantastic.
So, once again, Wayne Hills beats Northern Highlands 56-7. This has been a pleasure. Me, Andrew Francis, joined alongside Eric Newman from Patriots Stadium. Thank you for watching.